All right, well, it's starting now. I feel like it's a good place to start. Go for it.
All right, so guys, last week we ended with you guys being with the Jack of Hollows. You guys have been spending the past 2 weeks at this carnival that was apparently traveling, and you made your way there. You found some tickets. You won incredible prizes as you guys did very well in pretty much every game you partook in. And you ended up with a lot of golden jacks, which is the currency that you could earn and trade in for prizes. And the final thing you could do is use all your final jacks to actually meet the host of the carnival, which was the actual Jack of Hollows, who you decided to meet. And as you were led into this tunnel, the music of the carnival and the happy sounds from the bardic bands, they faded to the background as more of an eerie music started happening as it became darker and darker the deeper you went, until you found yourself in an empty void with no one but a man with a pumpkin for a head, flaming hair, in kind of a dapper suit, standing there awaiting you all. And as you entered closer, he, of course, introduced himself as the Jack of Hollows, and he asked if you had a question. Whatever question it was, he would answer to the best of his abilities. And he even upped the ante by saying that if all of you dared to draw from the deck, he would allow you another question.
If all of us or if one of us?
That is up to you. You are allowed to draw another card, but you don't know what it does.
Uh-huh. And then in return, get a question answered again.
Another question, another answer. Yes.
Okay.
So that is where we left off. So I am going to move you guys back to the void. Oh my.
No, I think we should just keep asking questions until something goes wrong.
Sorry about that. I forgot to put on the RP screen here the sign for Iki here. Sorry, Iki. But now, since we're moving to the map here, the map has... Oh, wait, that's right. It was the inky white void, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is the void. Oh, for me, it's black. Is it not black for you guys?
It's because of
white.
VTT makes it automatically
Oh, it's
black.
because of VTT. Yes, of course.
Craft
Well,
make it black,
it's supposed to be a black void that we just, when VTT wasn't broke, it was working correctly.
Switching off to that screen then. No worries.
But you guys are face to face with the Jack of Hollows, and you're standing there, and like I said, he put his hands together, and as he lifts the top hand from his bottom hand, a deck of cards starts appearing that seems to be floating between his two hands, as if he is mixing and the deck, shuffling the deck. Yes. And so he says to you, "So you have decided then, yes?"
Well, I'm pretty much good to do what I've been doing so far.
I know. This is not a time to beat people.
No. I was going to leave it to the smarty pantses here to do that.
Oh, okay. Maybe, yeah.
You know, if we haven't decided, is that a problem? Wait, did that count as the question?
Wait, why is you asking questions?
Is up to you.
You're not the smarty... Wait, is you the smarty pants? Yes, wait, maybe.
You hear some laughing coming from... as he says, "That would be rather simple for me to answer."
A little too simple, right?
That's not the question. That's not the question. We want to answer it at least.
It's like 2 sentences away from fireballing the entire party.
God damn it.
We did have a question.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll leave it to you.
And it can be any don't answer that one either, because okay. What does the Raven Queen want with us?
Ah, the Raven Queen. Interesting question. Worthy question. The Raven Queen has found herself in the middle of a power struggle that may well determine the future of Aetheris. Lulled into a deep slumber short of a century ago, no one but her most loyal followers have heard her soft whispers in the dark, abandoned corners of the void. Who would have thought someone would be bold enough to silently try to take her place? But you know everything about that sort of thing, don't you, little name thief? What is the price for living another's life? Have you wondered how close he'll get next time you close your eyes? I've seen you feel the struggle, which claws will tear you apart. Yes, there is no lack of entertainment watching you four little goblins weave their way into the destiny of the great. No one pays attention to the little beetles until the house comes crashing down. Subtlety is the Raven Queen's best option right now. I have to give it to her. She does not lack imagination. So there you have it. The Raven Queen seeks to reclaim balance lost to her. And she is using you to get the smart road there.
See, I don't know why she chose us for quiet and sneakily, because we're the opposite of that. But
I'm pretty quiet and sneaky. How dare you?
He says, yelling.
Was that it?
You want to give us another freebie?
Well, ain't nobody's going to be giving out freebies all night, so if you has one more that you can give us, we'd be happy about that.
Sure, for a card.
Ikumale was intending to draw a card.
That is
All
true.
right. So, in that case, someone roll me for Ikumale a 1d8.
Ain't nobody wants me to roll for him here. My luck is terrible.
Or
A 4.
Right in the middle.
Yeah. So Ikamale comes forth, and you see as Jack holds his hand out, palm up, and all the cards sort of fan out. And you see that deep purple on the back with the golden rims and edges, and he touches one in the middle, and you see it glow softly, and he turns it around, and there is a sack of golden coins of which the golden coins are like strewn out of that bag, and Jack says,
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like I lost connection real quick here. Give me a second. It should restore itself. Okay, there we go. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Sorry about that. Just lost connection on the internet again here. It happens randomly, periodically throughout the day. So, what exactly did you say about the gold Purse?
Right. It's like a gold purse, like a big sack of gold, of which the gold is like streaming out of this bag. And Jack says, Fortune, what is your question, little one? Or actually, he says Ikumale. He calls him by name.
I want to know, what is Grum up to?
Grum. Grum is on a path of vengeance. Someone has taken from him the most delicious treat that he just simply cannot get out of his mind. And he is on the trail. Ikumale.
Yeah, it's not creepy at all, is it?
I really don't know what that means, but it sounds very foreboding.
Anyone else scared to try?
I've got a question. So maybe I'll give it a shot.
And he holds out the fan of cards in front of you, and you also may draw yourself a d8.
Okay.
A 2.
2.
Youth. I see. What is your question then, Clang the Brave?
It leans over to Gav. I thought my name was Distabity.
Think he like reads your soul's name or something?
Yeah, might be.
Yeah, I think he knows everything, so he knows best.
Probably. He'll point over at Ikamale. What's up with the cupcake?
Well, that can be answered in a whole set of ways. I will allow you, without drawing, to be more specific.
Okay. How is it gives him powers of the spooky varieties?
I see. This cupcake was one of a deity's first creations. She thought that poor mortals could contend with something like that. But your kind is greedy, and it always wants more. And so one day, one decided to seize it. Simply for how it was created, it became sentient and inherited some of its creator's powers. That is all it is.
There is smoke coming out of Kling's ears. His brain is working too hard. It's overclocked. That's all I got here. Now, if you excuse me, he falls face first on the ground. Or what passes for the ground out here?
He'll wake up soon enough.
I'm sure I'm testing my
Better when he sleeps.
Yeah, easier to
Anyone
Rodney.
else care to ask me more questions? I quite enjoy it.
I'm sure I know. I'm testing my luck here, but I'm gonna draw.
All right. And he holds this fan of cards out to you as well, and roll me an 8. Okay, let's see. He turns at the card, and you see what looks to be like almost like a fire elemental with a very angry expression on its face, and he says, "Wrath. Interesting. What is it that you would like to ask Gavorkov, or should I say?" No, he says Gavorok, or should I say Gavorkov?
He knows. He knows. Nah.
You should be dead.
I yell back. Can this question be asked mentally? Or do I have to say it out loud?
Of course,
Kling
I'll
is asleep.
allow it.
Kling is asleep. He can't. His brain couldn't handle the information.
So you feel a mental connection between you and the Jack of Hollows.
Okay. I shall send a message of my question.
Okay.
I'm gonna draw a card and ask what Gavrok asked.
No. No. That's too easy. It's too easy.
Hmm.
And now we wait for the message.
Jack of Hollows says,
that we will never hear.
"Would you like me to answer likewise in your mind? Or
He
would
looks
you
at
like
you.
me to be plain and open?"
He looks at Clang and Pins, especially at Pins. If in my mind, if you wouldn't mind.
I might.
Hey, what happened? My brain just stopped working.
No, I don't say any of that. Go on.
Me noggin's all full of heavy stuff here. It's alright.
He looks at you and he says, "I will send you a message.
I understand.
Send you a message." Yeah.
Yeah.
And he looks once more to all of you and he says, "Now, a warning. I think you all hardly can afford another draw, but I will allow for a single more, if that is what you want. Think carefully."
Which one of you smarty pantsies wants to do this now?
Gav will
I
turn
will
to
try.
Gav's gonna turn to Pins. How important is your question? Is it like life or death importance, or you curious importance?
I think it's the purpose of my life important.
Okay.
Well, at least the purpose of your life isn't being a pain in my behind here. Wait. No. Good.
No, that would be your girlfriend.
Was you sneaking in or wait a minute?
So, did someone still want to draw a card?
Yes, I shall draw.
Okay,
Pins.
so once again, yeah, he will fan out the cards. Are you certain?
I'll look at Gav and Clang and Nikomale.
Vacant stare from Clang.
Well, we've only had luck on our way so far. What's the worst that can happen?
Indeed.
I'm glad you agree.
I draw a card.
You draw a card, roll me d8.
Okay.
A 3. You look at your card and it looks like this shiny orb, and he says, "Ah, the soul. What is your question?"
How do we overcome Morgana's greatest obstacle?
He looks
Yeah,
at you.
ghost.
What?
He looks at you and he says, "You would have to kill these celestials."
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wait. Them's
But
like the biggy fellas up in the skies, right there, Gave?
Yep.
Yeah, I think that one of those dragons came down, or part of it.
Nope. Nope. Not a dragon. Not a dragon.
some have tried to wriggle their way back after God King Relius banned them from Aetheris. But slowly the seal has been weakened, and now they search their way back.
I knew it. We should have just killed those illies. We should have just killed them.
But an even darker force lurks, one of whose ire I do not wish to provoke.
Is it the maiden? It's a maiden, isn't it? It's a maiden. I think it's a maiden.
Not all enemies are bright and far away. Some lurk in the shadows right behind you.
Turns around and looks.
We all
that's
turn to
just- That's
It's a
just
good thing we have Shadow with us.
I mean, the only shadow I see is his shadow. Wait,
He says, "I'm afraid our time is done.
You be such good company.
I certainly am. But the bell has tolled, and I am called home."
well, we hopes you has yourself a nice rest then. This has been a fun day.
Yeah, thank you for the carnival. It was great.
He takes off the hat and he makes a bow. "Happy you enjoyed. Try to find your way back next year."
Goblin salute.
If we can find it.
And he waves, and there's a snap of his finger. And as he does, you guys who is all transported, and you find yourself in a thick fog. And it takes a while before you get your bearing. You walk around this fog for a while until you start hearing footsteps and voices from the others around you, until you all finally find your way back to each other. When the mist finally dissipates a little bit, you can see a little bit further into the distance, and it's quiet. You're in the middle of this dark forest with these gnarled trees, of which most leaves now have fallen. And you find yourself with your mount, your cart, and you look around, and you are definitely around the place where you found the carnival, but it's nowhere to be found. There is no sound, no music. The only thing left is the vast treasure that you have earned there, and the happy balloons strung to your wrists.
Yeah. Wait, when did this get here?
What do you mean, when did this get here? They tied it to us the second we stepped foot on the place. That was the first thing they had us do.
Gav, I think we've sufficiently decided that I am stupid.
Right. Sometimes
Don't talk about yourself like that, Clang. You just think with your sword.
I mean, you're not
Just
wrong,
like, good
Pins.
Those
thing.
people, not the other one.
You're not wrong, Pins.
Right. So,
Where on the map? I'll take out my. Do we have a map? We have a map, right?
Yes, you guys are currently on the map as well.
I want to see where we are on the map.
You are exactly where you were, which is right here, when you made your way to the carnival, which was a little bit across the river. So let me actually move you about here. That is where you are.
Okay.
seems to be around here. It's gone. Everyone spread out and look for jack coins.
I think if they took away the tents and the stalls, that we ain't gonna find any jack coins.
Have you looked?
I don't need to.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
Oh,
to
was
agree
that
with
your
Gav.
question? Smart, right?
I just wanted to know what was up with the cupcake. Yeah, that's all.
Gav,
Yeah?
keeping secrets from us is your question going to cause us trouble?
No?
Inside.
I would like the insight as well. Don't trust either of them right now. 13.
Nine, 13. Okay. Clang,
Yeah.
Gav isn't meeting your eye contact.
Gav.
Listen, it's nothing for you to worry about. It's for me to worry about.
You know what? Another thing for you to worry about is using Gavo, but when you don't worry about Gavo, I get punished.
Listen, I used Gavo, but this idiot ate him. And he waves at Ikumale.
That's true.
He got points for eating Gabo too.
Well, you can just get him back. Gavo is still Gavo. I've seen you get him back all the time.
Yeah, but it takes an hour. I haven't had an hour to do that.
You can sit in the
you
cart and do it whilst I drive. Come on.
Yeah.
Do we know how far it is to here?
It's going to be about
Time-wise.
half a day to get there.
Well, we can go back to our original plan and go to the factory.
We just need to rest up here. We've had too much fun.
They'll give you
Yeah,
an
we're all
hour.
still beat up and stuff.
Yeah, I know. It reminds me, hey guys, look, I have a new pet. A new friend.
Hey guys, I'll be right back.
Yes, with your mounts, you guys look next to Pins, and this gigantic mix between a bear and an owl, called Birdie, is standing, basically looming over Pins, larger even than your mounts.
God, why'd you bring that thing? It hates me.
On its forehead, you see a sigil that is softly glowing, a purple sigil, which is the magic cast on Birdie to remain friendly.
For 4 hours. I did feed him a day's worth of undead meat.
Yep, and Birdie seemed to have enjoyed that. His look is a little hazy, but he is standing next to Pins, kind of sniffing at his clothes, and seems to be pretty content. As you guys standing there for a while, it just sits back on its butt and looks at everyone questioningly.
You know, you say it hates you, but I don't think so. Do you hate Gav?
Not its head,
I,
just
I
watch.
rub its belly.
It looks at you a little stupefied.
You don't think so? It likes you, probably. Maybe not.
Oh, I think tried to eat me. How is that liking me?
Well, you provoked it.
With what? I was
I don't-
talking to like the owner of the stall, and that thing just stood up and tried to take a big chunk out of me.
Well, you were mean to it.
I wasn't even looking at him.
Exactly. And you were insulting it.
What?
It's okay. You know what? Doesn't matter.
Listen,
Gavorkov.
shut it, alright? I had to do
What?
things I'm not proud of. But listen,
Clearly.
Kavolkov, you hear a little bark coming from behind you.
Gav turns.
You find a little cage
I
behind
thought I
you.
was carrying the cages with me.
Yes, but you got teleported out, and now you found your way back here.
Okay.
But the bar comes from the little cage.
anybody buy a dog?
And he gets closer.
Yes.
You look at both your cages. One is I think it was a ferret.
One is a weasel, I think.
A weasel, right. One is a weasel. The other one is your displaced kitten.
Placer kitten.
Nope, it's just a barking cat. Never mind. I bought this.
I'm gonna pick them both up. Can he carry them? Or are they too heavy to be carried?
Is it really
You can
important
carry
yet?
them. I mean, the weasel weighs basically nothing.
I
And
send up with the displacer kitten, you know.
the displaced kitten is surprisingly light.
Don't say a barking cat clangs. He already confuses them.
Look, it's fine. Clang didn't hear. He's a little zoned out right now. I think he's thinking of food or something. He's drooling.
But you guys can definitely take a rest if you want. Your cart is there as well. You find yourself back at all your stuff. Nothing seems to be taken or stolen or missing, except for the carnival itself.
Right, well, hey, Shadow,
Yes.
what were you up to? I haven't seen you. I was like holding on to like 10 jet coins, and I was like, I kind of screwed Shadow over in the first game. I was gonna pay you back, and then you just disappeared.
Yes, well, I discovered that however much you try to deposit these coins anywhere or take them with you, once you leave the carnival, they disappear.
Oh, so you got your coins taken and you didn't even get a question? That sucks.
I don't need any questions answering.
Inside.
Go ahead. She is very hard to read. She seems just serious about what she's saying.
That is really weird because in the short time I've known you, I've had questions about you.
Yes, well, that is the nature of man, isn't it?
Maybe humans, but not us. Wait,
No, you don't tend to have questions at all.
I'm much.
You know,
I'm a much more
some
simple
of you-
person. Much simpler here. I just break things. That's all it is.
Some of your daggers are not drawn with steel, Shadow. Just saying.
But I got to give it to you, Clang. What you do well.
Oh, well, thank you. You too. Wait. Stops. Why is everybody
She,
being smart today? Why is everybody being smart today?
Shadow runs up into a tree and she says, I'll take watch if you all need to take a rest.
I was thinking maybe we can just sort of keep on moving and no one of us stays awake on watch and we have shifts while we drive.
Yes, of course. Keep in mind the
Who
the
is
drive to the factory is about half a day away.
Yeah, is it 12 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can have like 8 hours and then 4 hours of in between time before we arrive. We can have
Yes.
a shift, right?
Yes, you can. And Shadow will do one of the shifts for you, or propose to do one of the shifts.
I'll help her with the first shift, and I will sort of ride. Well, no, I will walk with the owl bear, Birdie, and I'll say,
You know what, Birdie seems so demeaning. What if I would call you something more ferocious, like Mauler? Do you like that? Do you like mauling things?
Seems to be excited with this name.
Yeah, Mauler.
and I'll go with my with my little hands, go like, "Rawr!"
You know how bears do that sometimes when they sort of like push off on their front legs, but they keep their
Oh
legs
my
straight and then
God,
land and do
yeah.
that weird thing. Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Clap, applaud.
I think he's thinking about how to best eat you.
What?
I think he's thinking about how to best eat you.
Are you thinking of eating me, Mauler?
In Molar's defense, when I first met you guys, I was trying to figure out how to eat you.
Clang, that's just weird, Clang. That's
And I turned out to be a tough cookie, huh?
In
my
your
God.
defense, I was never able to catch you off guard.
That is a good point and a worrisome thing to hear.
I've since decided.
Your armor's very loud.
I've since decided against doing such a thing.
Clang,
Yes.
as you are talking and speaking of your armor, you suddenly feel a strong pull again, almost like a yank, almost like someone is actually pulling at your pauldron. And you very quickly see a vision. You see the face of the image that that Finley had drawn for you, of the hero that he found that used to wear the armor. And vision gets drawn down, and you see these large boots that he's wearing. And then the image around you sort of like, also as if you're flying rapidly over the fields, right back to that part in the swamp that you have come used to seeing. And you see those boots walking into in this strange portal, and as the stone doors close, you once again see that the face of the guardian, and she looks at you and she hands you a sword and she says something, but it's not, you cannot understand the words, and you snap back. But at that moment, you know that the armor part that is hidden in behind that guardian are the boots that belong to the rest of this armor.
you all right there, Clang? I got some like dried meat in my pocket. You need it?
For reference,
You're sounding out of
that's where it is here. For anybody watching here who hasn't been keeping up here, because we've been referencing it pretty often, that's where the beetle is. The beetle is the one that Morgana wants us to go to. And apparently now the armor wants us to go to.
Yes, you feel a strong desire for the armor to be whole. and in your mind, you can hear and understand the title. And these are Joshimir's War Boots of Holy Reckoning. That is what you know is in there.
Holy Reckoning. I would like to
Yep.
rage. I would very much like to rage. Yeah, Clang will look to Gav. Like, yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. I think the beetle that Morgana gave us back here really, really wants us to go there because I saw what armor
God.
piece there is there.
Don't tell me you're talking to voices too.
You and I both know we all hear different voices here. It's just the voices that you choose to listen to. Well, this one was given to me by Morgana here, quite literally in me armor.
At least we're open about the voices we listen to.
This is true.
It's not so crazy when you all decide that it's normal.
No, the visions is getting stronger. It's as if it's the armor wants to be whole. And he'll pat his shoulders, his pauldron.
It wants to be whole, like it's a thinking thing.
Well, if you was cut up into a bunch of pieces, wouldn't you want to be put back together again?
Yeah, but I am a thinking thing.
Who's to say this thing ain't no thinking thing either? Here,
Are you wearing a creature?
Are you?
Probably wearing a bunch of creatures.
I mean, this part is gator, this part is mushroom, this part...
And you see what I'm talking about.
This part is White Death.
Anyway, you guys can just go sleep.
Well,
As your cart is hobbling along, and the wheels are squeaking happily, you notice that once again that although seems to be late in the morning, the sun doesn't quite fully come through, and the day is still pretty dark. It doesn't help that you are in this forest, all with its final dead leaves hanging from the branches. And let me see. Vince, you have a 19 passive perception.
Yes.
You hear something as you guys are passing the trees, and you see small open fields start appearing more and more as old farms and pumpkin fields that you've passed before are sprouting up from between the trees. You hear a strange voices coming from the fields, and they kind of make the hairs of your neck stand up. Roll me perception to see if you can distinguish anything it's saying. 24. Okay, so as you're moving past and you hear the squeaking of the cart wheels, you try to mute out that sound and focus on the distance where you hear these soft voices carried over by the wind, and as you focus it becomes more clear. And it's like someone saying, I can't see it. I can't see anything. It's too dark. And you listen to that for a while, and you hear another voice. I'm here. Can't you hear my voice? No, it's so dark. I can't. And you hear some screaming and screeching. And very quickly you see movement between these high dead grasses and some of the fields that haven't been harvested. And the movement is very quick. Inhumanly quick.
Jesus. Okay. Is it in what language is this?
It seems to be common.
Alright.
Um,
I look at Shadow because we were both on watch. I look at Shadow.
Yes,
did you hear that?
I certainly did. That doesn't sound good.
Let's go find out.
Are you certain? It more feels like we should drive up the beasts.
Well, you can stay here. I'm gonna check it out.
Oh my god, should I wait? Okay. Well, scream, I'm dead, if you're dead.
Yes. All right. Wait a second. That doesn't. I'll be back.
Okay. So as you're about to jump off the front with her, you see that really rapid movement once again, and it's swaying. It goes left, right, left, and you see that although it's zigzagging through the field, it's making its way closer, and you hear, "It's so dark. It hurts. It hurts."
Hey, let's not go. I'm gonna go back onto the cart.
Okay.
I say,
Okay, it's definitely getting closer to us. Uh, I get very bad vibes. It might be luring.
You think? No, I think it's someone in need. I should probably help. What do you want to do?
You know,
It's
I've spent
sarcasm.
I spent enough time with Gavorkov to understand sarcasm.
Oh,
Let's go.
fantastic.
I'll ready in action to see if anything that leaps out of the freaking forest near the cart.
You see that as you're jumping back on the cart, the movement stops. And you hear a female voice going, "Please don't leave me. I don't want to be alone." And
Okay, guys, wake up.
And you see the thing starts moving faster now towards the cart.
Yep, I'm hitting the sting, the bud of sting onto the back of the bench.
Guys, wake up! Wake up!
Are you moving the cart, or are you staying still?
I'm letting Shadow move. Ride.
Okay, so she'll take the reins and she will and
Hey, wait.
Greytooth and Snow start rapidly moving forward.
Yeah, I'll say,
Come on, Moloch, keep up.
I don't enjoy my beauty sleep getting interrupted. What is it?
Well, you might want to be awake when you die.
I can picture him with a mud mask on and just some cucumbers on his eyes.
You hear Shadow say, "I suppose you weren't planning on waking up then." Beauty sleep. And she slams whips the reins and to urge the animals faster. Pins, you see behind you. You see that this thing is trying to catch up with you. It doesn't seem to want to reveal itself as it keeps moving, but you definitely see the trail. And you see that as it's coming closer, as you're quite high on this cart and you're looking down, and the closer it gets, you see this is a large creature, and it seems to be hunched over, almost like it's moving on, like using its arms as well to move forward. So you imagine if it would get up, it is larger than your cart.
Gav,
What?
do you know how to make a light with your magics?
Maybe. Give me a second. What's the rush?
Now!
I load up or I ready sting.
Okay.
Where's it at, Pins? I helps you. I helps you.
Yeah.
Pulls up his crossbow.
I'm waiting for Gaff to answer.
I don't
Yes,
have.
okay.
No, I didn't learn that one. I slept through that class.
Just perfect.
Let me see. Do I actually have any left here, or did I get rid of those when we? Do I have any? Yeah, I got some torches. I can drop them.
You guys probably have.
I've got.
Yeah, if you have a torch, Presto can light it.
Okay.
Hey, hand a torch to Gav. Light it.
I don't have fire spells. What do you want me to do?
As you guys are arguing amongst yourself, your car goes like, and Pins, you start seeing in the dark, in the shadows in front of you, a small light swaying like a lantern, and it's suddenly there, and your cart is going straight dead ahead for it, and you see that Shadow is like, oh shit, and she like pulls one of the side of the reins really hard to try and go around it, to not crash into it, and the closer you get, you see that it's this really weird lanky figure. It has this really large round bulbous head, and it has kind of like kind of almost like stick arms, really, really long. And you see that on one of its arms is dangling a lantern. And as you almost hit it, you hear a loud squeal, high pitched, and a squeaking. And you see that the arms both like bent the wrong ways, and you hear sickening crunches as it lets out this sort of howl and then just disappears into a flock of crows. And you see that on the side, where that creature is trying to catch up with you, you hear a deep guttural laughing sound.
That can be good.
A question: is Mauler keeping up with Card?
He is keeping up with the guard, he is.
I'll say,
Muller, I'm not leaving you behind.
and I jump on Mauler's back, or attempt to.
Okay, you can definitely do that.
Shadow, move over. I was taking over the steering here.
That's a great idea. Yes, you roll me in acrobatics. Clang, also, you climb your way up to the front, and the reins get given over to you as Shadow is now sitting on top of the cart, and you see her draw knives. Gavulka, what are you doing?
Pulling out his tinderbox from his backpack and trying to light the torch.
Okay.
That's 1 minute.
Oh my god. Don't you have prestidigitation?
You're talking about a panicked goblin. He's gonna do something.
All right, so you try your best you can to do that. So Mauler is behind the cart, but he is definitely keeping up. He's sprinting. Your mounts are slightly slowed down by the weight of this cart, but you're still going at a very decent speed. So now, Clang, you are trying to take over the reins. Please do me a vehicles check with strength to try to use your mounts to get this cart straight, as you're almost like, doing a wheelie as you're trying to avoid colliding in this creature that seemed to just disappear into a flock of crows.
That's land
A
vehicles.
19. That is really, really fucking good. You get the thing, you hear some and as the cart lands on its other side again, and then almost because of the velocity falls the other way, but you get it all back straight, and you whip the reins, and you keep on going as this creature on the side seems to be coming closer and faster. And you hear that screaming from behind you, the screeching, as you start to get a little bit of a distance between you and it. Um, Pin, since you're in the back, you see that all these crows start flocking, almost like a tornado kind of shape, right above where this creature is moving. And you feel a foul presence, a frightening presence, getting stronger from that area, like some big spell is being cast.
Does it seem like the crows are part of the creature, or aiding the creature, or fighting the creature?
It definitely looks like they are either part of the creature or working with it. Does not seem like they're attacking it.
Alright, something big is incoming, heads up!
And I'm gonna pet Mauler and say,
Alright, ready for some real action, boy?
All right. So I need all of you to roll me some checks. So as you are doing your vehicles and you're trying to race with this cart, you see that this cloud of birds starts expanding, and you then see a leap. This giant creature leap up into the air, and as it jumps up and you kind of get a silhouette of it, you see that it's similar to the creature that was blocking the way before. That seemed to be some kind of illusion. It is very big. It seems to have a sack for a face, and for a brief moment it reminds you of a scarecrow. A gigantic scarecrow with red burning eyes, as the sack mouth is opening and tearing as filling starts pouring out, and these birds start all flocking. And with his jump, he lands on the cart, and you see that one of its legs like straight punctures through the rooftop as it tries to now go and slam for you, Clang, since you're on the top there. Sorry, Shadow, who was on top there, she's gonna make attacks. Clang, you can roll me a dex save to try and not get hit by his slam attack as you're trying to do, trying to steer this cart.
Just regular dex
Gav
save.
drops the tinderbox.
Yes.
drops this fucking tinderbox.
That is not a good dex save.
Oof. Okay, so
Okay, question in between.
yes,
because
yes.
I was holding my action for this, so it leaps. Can I shoot it?
Yes, you can, absolutely.
Will that impact how it lands and attempts to swipe at Glenn?
Possibly.
Ah! Incoming!
Okay, a 22 is very good. So
It's coming
you
right
land.
at us.
He like drops with his one leg, like pierces through the top, and he lands in the cart, like right like on your torch, Gav, as like he hits right between your legs, as you look up, and the ceiling is broken, and you see this gigantic screeching creature, as all these crows are flocking and cawing. Yes, I'm gonna say Clem, roll me dexterity with advantage, as that shot does definitely distract him.
This is what happens when you don't have Gav.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and roll it again here then.
Yes.
If it'll pop up here. Did it? No.
Let's
try it again.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. There we go. Nat 20.
Fantastic. Okay, yeah, I don't see it yet, but I'll trust you on your net 20. That's fantastic.
It says it. It may be my crappy internet right now.
There it is. I see it right now. Okay, so as he claws, you see this disproportionately gigantic claws, like sharp, like knives, as he swipes, and you duck and he misses, and as you look back, you see tufts of filling of the seating at the front seat just fly off into the wind. You did a good hit, and as it looks back at you, you see it looks at the arrow, and it leans over to the back of the cart, and it screams, and you see these crows, as he's screaming, they start making a larger circle around him, and you start feeling like like almost like paper cuts that very quickly turn into sharp knife cuts as these birds, as they're flourishing around him, they bite away at your skin and your flesh. Pins, roll me a dex save.
Ow! Ow! Caw! Leave me alone, caw!
I don't think they're listening.
You take 15 slashing damage, halved, so that's 7 for your 19 dex save. So Mahler actually leaps you sideways out of this flock as you feel literally the tearing of your flesh. If he hadn't moved, you might have lost an eye. Gavorkov, you start seeing that while hurting themselves, these birds are burying themselves through that hole. And you see that one of these feathers, like one of their wings just gets ripped off. It doesn't seem to care. It just makes its way into the cart as soon more follow. I need you to do a dex save too, as these wildly start attacking you.
4.
A 4. That is not great.
Yeah, it's taken a while to show up here. Maybe I should.
No, I accidentally whispered it. No, I accidentally whispered
oh.
it. Yeah.
You take 12 slashing damage as these birds, you're in this confined space with these birds that are just tearing and pecking at you. And you hear this slamming now. So I need everyone, let me roll you guys roll me just for the sake of order, an initiative, please. So you can drag... Yeah, I was going to say, you can drag your tokens up there.
Okay.
Just so you can do that.
I really should update that token. Thought I did. Oh well. It's okay.
I would very much prefer if we could have our healer on the initiative order too.
Yes.
He's asleep. He won't wake up.
Let me actually put a Kamali here. I'll give him a turn.
Damn it, Iki, wake up.
Everything is so slow without... anyway, let me see here. His initiative.
Those feelings are good, Mr. Clark.
So, I'm going to say that his turns will be supported... Oh, of course I did that. His turns will be supportive turns. I think he rolled a 22. He rolled pretty high.
20.14.
20.14, yeah.
Okay. Why won't he show up now?
You
Did
don't
I?
select them. That's okay.
And Shadow? What did you select?
Yes. I am playing Shadow.
There's a lot to do, guys. Give her some time.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Someone added his number, please, while
There you
I
go.
do Shadow here.
Yes, it's done.
Okay. Oh, her sheet won't open for me. That's great. I'll just do it from here. Things are going fantastic, guys. Let me roll just manually. All right. We'll start with Pins. You see that this large creature is now slamming down, trying to hit Shadow, who dodges away. From the inside, Gavolkov, you see another part of the ceiling starts splintering and getting like pushed inward to where you're sitting. Pins, what would you like to do?
First questions first. What time is it in the evening?
It is late afternoon. It would be like around 12.
12. Oh, this is the next morning, day?
Yes, it is.
Okay, good. Does this thing feel evil in front of me?
Yes.
Right. Here goes something.
And I will load a blessed bolt.
Oh, good. You can find those.
You can't find this. Yeah, you're. Wait, where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Where is it?
So
Where is it?
I have to tick it. There we go. Is it engaged?
It is definitely engaged.
Okay. This is next morning. Does Wolf have recharged his?
He does. Yes.
Wolf!
You hear the loud howl of Wolf flying next to you as he flies up to this thing and swirls around it, and you see that it is marked.
Right. Here goes something.
It's not a wolf. It's a thing.
28.
28 definitely hits. So that is a bunch of damage. You see, you hit it, and when it gets hit by this thing, it basically arches its back backwards, and you see that mouth tear open again as it lets out this loud screeching howl, and more birds start just flying out of this mouth and flying at you, Pins, as you shoot this arrow. And I need you to make me another dex save, please.
Oh no. Sorry, 21.
Oh, that is good. You take 15 halved, so you take 7.
Oh no.
7 slashing.
Stop letting him hit you.
Trying.
That's
Oh,
okay.
forgot it. At least
That's
I
a-
had some rest here, so I can.
That's a number. I think this interrupted our rest.
You're not wrong.
It did. Yes.
So
We
technically,
haven't
it
had
would
a
still
long
be
rest
a.
yet. Yeah.
Well, at least I
You-
get
you
some
still-
of my stuff here.
Yeah.
Short rest.
So Pins, that is
Yeah.
going to bring us to
That
Ikomane.
was
Yeah.
Well, that was my one shot.
Oh, sorry. Yes, you can shoot again.
First round of combat, dread ambush.
Go ahead. 15 is not going to hit
That's
it.
because I hit it with a radiant bolt. It's with advantage.
Oh, nice. Okay, so a 30 is gonna hit it. So since you crit, so you hit it as it's like arched back, screaming, all these birds flying out of its mouth. And as you do, you hit it, and you see that actually that one leg that is actually on the cart, you sort of nick it right like at the knee part, at the junction, and it slides off, and it's now sort of like stuck with this one leg in the cart and the other on the side, and it's kind of getting dragged along. And you see that it is its big claws actually managed to hold on to the side, and as it's really heavy, Clang, I need you to roll me another vehicles, please, and do me another strength with it.
Oh, 22!
22. Okay, so for now you're holding it, but this cart is heavily leaning to the opposite side.
Get it off the cart!
What do you want to do, Pins?
Alright, well, that was 52 damage. Jesus.
But it's still
Yes, you are on the opposite side now of it as it's leaning, and this cart is heavily. You see that on your side, the wheels of the cart are barely touching the ground.
Okay. I'm on the opposite side, right?
Yes.
I will say,
Muller, come on, help me get this down.
and I will reach out my hand and like hold on to the uh the
Reigns?
no the over the what's over goes over the cart,
Oh,
Oh,
the tarp?
the
yeah, you
house.
mean the sort of the roof of it.
Yeah, I'll like pull it down and look at. I can't pull it down, but more like to Mahler, like
Balance this thing!
Roll me. Oh dear God. Okay.
animal handling.
Yeah, roll me an animal handling to see how well you can convey this to Mala.
Oh
A
no.
9.
He's just running.
Well, is
So-
this if this is the next dawn? Can I use a blessing of Morgana?
You can.
Is
you
it
can.
even dawn yet?
Yeah, it has
it's-
been.
it-
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh.
we started riding in the night, and it's now around 12, I think.
Yes. So after you partied and played games the entire night, and after Jack teleported you out, you woke up in the late afternoon. You found
Okay.
yourself at the late afternoon.
Okay.
Yes.
Morgana, I'm not quite sure yet how to talk to this thing, can you?
12. Okay, that's better. So just to give you guys, to remind you guys, this is the card that you got from the silver box. This is a card that is fully wood, top, side, everything. So you start holding on to the side. There's windows, barred windows on the side. Mauler starts running quick as he can close to the cart. He doesn't quite understand what it is you want to do, but it is definitely running at the speed of the cart next to it.
Well, I try to convey and the rolls are what they are, and that's going to be my turn. I don't think I can do anything with the bonus action right now, so that's it.
Okay.
I will say that my second shot was a ethereal bolt, so it took over the properties of the last blessed bolt. So the next attack on the creature has advantage.
That is good news. So Ikemale in the cart is going to get up. He's looking at you, Govokov, and he says, "You okay?" Oh, God, I can't do it. You okay? And he looks out of this, and at that moment, like the creature falls sideways to the car, and this car starts to shift heavily to one side, and he tries to hold on to the side that's getting lifted, and he sees you start running next to the window, screaming, pins like and holding on to the reins and screaming at Morgana. And he looks at you, he touches your hand, and he casts Cure Wounds on you for 10 healing.
No, not that hurt. I'd rather take my chances.
That is his turn as he is looking at you, and he says, "You get a rope."
To me?
Yes.
Yes!
Actually, I
And
have a rope on my back.
Okay, he says, "We gotta." Basically, he tells you, "We're gonna bind the rope to the cart, and then that big beast of yours try to like even out the weight, you know." But that's his turn. Clang, it's coming to you. You see that this thing is trying to claw his way up. You feel the constant shift of weight on the cart, and you need to do your best. You have snow on the right and gray on the left, and you know that Greytooth is a lot stronger, but you need snow to pull a lot harder to try and keep this card straight. So roll me roll me your vehicles with intelligence to see how well you can anticipate.
Well, guys, it's been nice knowing you here. We're all gonna die. 12.
12. Okay, so you try to anticipate really well, and you do pretty good. You think like, "Oh, this is great," but then suddenly there's a shift that you don't quite anticipate, and this card now even more start swaying. I need you pins to do me a dexterity save as you start getting lifted from
I refuse!
you put your curve your little legs firmly around Mola's body as you try to hold on to the bars of this window, and at the same time try with your legs to stay put on Mola. And you kind of almost get torn apart a little, but you do manage to hold on and not actually fall in between. I need you, and I'll roll for Ikamale Gavokov to roll me a deck save to see if you get tumbled to one side. Ikamale makes it.
It's loading. 21.
Exactly that
good.
picture. 21 is good. So you see yourself as the floor starts lifting on one side, you see you start tumbling, and you look at where you're falling, and you see that the window on the opposite side, starts becoming the floor. And as you start tumbling, you see that big face of this scarecrow creature, and its mouth opens. But at that time that you think, oh, I'm gonna fall in there, lose an arm, you feel a tug as Ikamale actually pulls you at your backpack and stops you from falling further. Okay, so Clang, is there anything else you would like to do?
If I could, I would very much like to see if I can help aid these guys here with the Mace of Vigilance. I don't need to. I need to see him at the very least. This creature is on our cart, right?
You are on top of it in the front seat, so you can definitely see him. Do remember that if you use your weapon with two hands, you have to let go of the reins, which might actually topple the cart.
The Mace of Vigilance is a one-handed.
Okay, go ahead. You will roll with disadvantage, as the target is behind you.
I anticipated that. So
it's going to be a straight roll if it's the first attack against this creature after me.
Correct. Yes.
Straight roll. Okay. And let me make sure I have everything ticked, because this is going to be a radiant charge.
Oh, that is very nice.
Okay. Plus, you know what? Let's go ahead and do a little bit of a... I'll add a superiority die on top of that if I hit. So let's see what happens here. Mace of Vigilance.
16.
What is 16? Wait a minute.
Not. Is that correct?
That is incorrect. I have a couple of things on there that should not be there. Armor piercing and servings, that should not be up there. So that would only be a 1. Okay, so that'd be 11.
That is sadly not going to make it.
That's okay. I got a blessing. I got one blessing that I can use.
Nice. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, let's try this again here. And I've unticked those things that were very crazy here. 18.
Ooh, nice.
18. That is going to hit. So
and that's what it does here for damage.
Okay, let me write that down. So you swing backwards, you miss, but you make a really nice twirl, and you slam down, and you actually hit it on one of the arms as it screams and lets go. And you do it a bunch of damage. You actually see this radiant burst. All of you can see this light just emitting. As you, inside the cart, everyone hears like a thunderous sound, and you pins actually see this exploding light as this creature screeches, and it's one arm, and it's now really like getting dragged on one side. Its mouth does open though. Clang, I need you to do a deck save, as now this cloud of birds starts engulfing you.
You just got maced.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's not good. Okay. That is 16, 17, 18.
Yeah, I'll
18
take it.
slashing damage.
I have no choice but to eat it. I did say there was a superiority die attached to that here.
Yes,
so
let me roll its wisdom save.
This is what it's going to end up having here.
It rolls a 10.
It fails.
Oh, it's frightened of you.
It is frightened.
Okay. You have that effect, and you feel inside of you this creature sort of not making it, but it doesn't seem to hold. And As you see that it's using its one leg that's being dragged with, sort of slam down on the floor and try to jump back on top of the cart. As that
I
happens,
have another
yeah,
attack
go ahead, go
that I will
ahead.
use at disadvantage because that first attack was
Mm-hmm.
was a thing here. But I'm gonna hit it with radiant again. So if it
Okay.
hits, it's gonna be awesome.
Plus extra damage if you hit it again.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So let's see here. I don't have that. I'm just unchecking all of that stuff here. Now, Mace of Vigilance. 19!
Oh, nice. That is definitely hitting. Definitely hitting.
And it gets
and-
2 stacks! 2 stacks!
Yeah. So you get to roll 1d extra, 1d6 extra.
I shall roll 1d6 extra.
Very nice. Okay. So it screeches once more as you see, like it stomps the floor as it leaps up the cart. You hit it once again and it's this radiant explosion as it sort of tumbles now to the back of the cart. You feel yourself lifting as the back of the cart is now heavy and the front legs start lifting. Roll me, please, a vehicle with dexterity, please, to see how fast you can try and put force on that.
I'm decent with this! 10.
A 10. Okay, so everyone that's in the cart now starts tumbling backwards. Gavorkov, roll me a dex save, please. And
Okay.
you and Ikamale both do not make it.
Yeah,
Or-
it's 7.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't know if you didn't make it, but he
No,
doesn't
that's
make it. But you start tumbling backwards. And as you do, you see that this creature starts slamming into the door. But these bars actually are much sturdier than it seems. Its long fingers, however, are really like reaching through these bars, trying to catch you and impale you as you start falling down. Shadow here on top of the cart, she runs forward to the cart with you, Clang, and she is trying to distribute the weight to the front. She is going to give you the help action on your next vehicle rolls. Gavorkov,
Thank you!
you are mid-fall, starting to tumble down backwards. What are you doing?
Can I still see the scarecrow?
Literally, he is where you're falling.
He is where I'm falling. Okay.
Yeah, so you can see his long, sharp fingers are reaching through the bars, and if you fall, you will impale yourself.
Shit. Okay, well, Featherfall for 1.
That's good. That's good. You see that as you featherfall, you see Ikamale fall past you and actually impales himself. In these fingers.
You guys
Yeah.
should already be under the influence of Featherfall.
That's true. You have your balloons.
You're right.
You have your balloons.
Yes, you're right.
Yes.
Okay, so scrap Featherfall.
Both of you are slow falling.
I don't know if this is gonna work, but hold person on the scarecrow.
Yes, go ahead.
So if he's a
person.
humanoid, he gets to save. If he's not, he's fine.
He is definitely not a humanoid.
So he's fine. Shit.
Yeah.
It's a whole
He
monster
looks
spell.
at you.
Shit.
And you hear, I'm hungry.
Sharma, you woke me up, damn it! Somebody eat that thing now before I eat it!
But it's hanging on the back there. So that is going to bring us to pins you again. So you are basically your legs around Mola, your hand on the bar, but now the cart is straight again, and now it's heavily leaning back.
Mm-hmm. I can't speak to him. I will climb up onto the roof.
Okay. Okay. To the front or to the back?
To the front.
Okay. Yes. How are you planning on doing this? This is a moving cart with wheels that are spinning.
Well, one of my hands is already at the bars of the window, right? So I'm thinking of letting go of Mahler with my legs and pulling myself up on the roof.
Okay, then roll me in athletics, please. Oh my! I was
Nicely
hoping
done.
you'd fail. No, I'm kidding. I was totally rooting for a crit, and it happened. No. So you pull yourself up, and those little scrawny arms are real muscle, all of it. And you claw yourself up on top, and you manage to get that. It's hard to keep your balance as this cart is moving very irregular and rapidly, and it's leaning backwards. Okay, so you do manage to get yourself up on this cart.
Yes.
Order still, Clegg!
Roll me a 1d2.
Trying!
1.
Oh no.
Mola tries to jump and follow you.
Nice.
Oh no. Oh no!
Okay,
Well,
okay.
at
It rolls a
least-
17. It's very strong.
And very
Yeah.
agile. Very
At least the cart will be heavy on the front side.
So you see that it climbing is not the thing that it does on a daily basis. It's clear, but you see big claws like claw itself through the wood, like splintering, as it's like hanging on the side. That's how far it managed to go.
Use those bear jeans.
Yeah. So it seems to be in some kind of state of confusion, but it's
He's not
hanging there.
wearing jeans.
Oh my god. Okay.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so can I aim at the thing that's in the back now?
You absolutely can. You can stand where you are and aim for its claws, basically, that it's hanging onto. Or if you want to hit any other spot, you would have to move your way to the back of the cart to see it.
Okay. I will crawl forward.
Okay, yes, you get on your hands and knees and you try to carefully make your way over there.
And I will attempt to shoot it if I have a better shot now.
Yeah, if you make your way all the way to the back, you can definitely see its head as it is like keeping its mouth open, and it has one of its arms like through the bars trying to claw at whoever's in there. It hasn't spotted you yet, but it definitely will if you shoot it in the face at a 5-foot distance.
Quick, shoot it in the face! It's big! Ugly face!
Is it engaged? Considered engaged?
It's absolutely engaged with pretty much everything.
I will attempt to shoot it.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, sack face!
19.
19.
19, that's good. You do hit it as it looks up. You hit it straight in the eye. And it keeps blinking. I need you to roll me a dex save, Pins. As birds flock and fly out.
Oh, that's bad.
A 13 is not great, but also my damage roll wasn't great. 7
good.
damage.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good. Okay. Extra attack.
Yes, go ahead.
Leave my friends alone!
17.
17 is very good. That will hit.
Don't get pins. Just keep shooting it in that ugly face.
I'm trying. Just hold the card right straight.
Yep, we're coming up on our turn.
Oh my god.
Guys, I totally forgot to post you guys the picture of this creature, which I will actually put in the general chat.
All right.
I don't know if we want to see this. You
Yes, I
described
do.
it.
Well,
and how
I
it
have to
sounds.
switch out since we didn't really have a map or anything to go off of here. Kind of left it on the RP screen.
Oh my god! No! No!
Oh dear fucking god, no. Okay, this has to go up on the battle map right now. Let me see this. Okay, that is what we're looking at here, ladies and gentlemen. That is really ridiculously ugly. That's like worse than me. That's worse than Clang ugly right there.
I almost want to give myself
Alright.
disadvantage. How scary this thing is.
Yeah.
So, your last hit, let me see. Oh, you've rolled a 22 again, minus
No.
5.
Yeah,
Yes?
17.
17. That hits still, as it
Yeah.
looks at you. Yes.
26 from the last hit and 23 from the next one.
You see that it's starting to, it shakes its head and it like pulls that first arrow from its eye and it looks at you and it actually pulls itself up and it gets right in your face and it opens its maw and you see that you're basically inside it and you smell like mildew and rot as these birds just flutter outside like razors in your face. Roll me another deck save.
Oh god, it smells like the swamp.
Much worse than that. You take 10 slashing damage.
Oof.
Halved?
Yes, halved.
What the fuck?
Oh, you have 9 hit points. My god.
Yeah, we're not looking too hot here.
So
yeah,
you
I
yeah.
started with 20.
So you
Damn
see
it,
he's
Paige.
barely alive, and you see that he is about to he moves forward. So your face starts moving inside its mouth, and you see that it's ready to snap its jaws closed. Roll me a dex save to see if you can move, you yank yourself backwards outside of his mouth.
Ah!
Ooh.
11. Okay, so
What was that?
that's not
Morgana, please.
okay.
Wait. Is she the reason I only have one?
Oh, nice.
You move backwards, but he actually just chomps down, and you do manage to mostly get your head out, but he scrapes the side of your face. You now have a gaping wound, and you take, let me see here, I'm very sorry, you take another 10 damage, slashing damage, as he just eats half of your face away there.
Oh shit!
As Pins falls unconscious on top of the cart.
AJ, get him!
Pins. Okay, well, that brings us to Ikamale. Ikamale, who is also hanging on, he hears Pins screaming on top of the car and suddenly go dead silent. And he is going to attempt to crawl through that hole in the roof. So let me see if he can do that. Okay, not the worst. He's gonna make a leap like he's done before, and he is pretty strong and actually manages to get a grip of the edge as he moves up, and you see him Gavorkov, you see his upper body starts moving through and just his legs dangling through the roof, through that hole. And Pinsky sees you and he puts his hand on your leg because he gets stuck there, however. But let me see, as he sees you right there, he is going to use his what is that thing? Lay on hands. Yeah. And he is going to heal you for 15 points of healing. And he's stuck there and he says, "You better not get me killed."
Thank you.
Clay,
better not get me killed.
you feel that the weight once again starts shifting as you feel this gigantic creature starts moving up the cart. But on the bright side, the cart starts, the weight starts going forward again. So you can definitely get your cart going again. Now you can do. I'm going to let you make a choice. You can either just keep racing forward, or you can make a maneuver to try and shake him off, which is dangerous. It might get your cart like tilted over, but it might also shake off this creature. So either you're going to do it with strength, which is just going to make you spur on your mounts and it's going to race forward, or you can do it with dex and try to sort of sway the cart and shaking off the creature.
Fine.
Oh, sorry. Which roll did you need me to do? I need more caffeine.
Oh, don't you worry. It's fine. It's fine. So I'm gonna leave you with a choice. Either you're gonna roll your vehicles with strength, which means that you're just gonna race straight ahead, or you can roll it with dex, which means that you're gonna sway the cart and try and shake him off, but it also has a chance of keeling over the cart.
Fuck. We're gonna try and shake this thing. Hold on, everybody! 13.
13, not the worst. So you make a really sharp, like left and then a right, and on top. Let me see how he rolls. Holding on.
Please roll bad. Please roll bad. Please roll bad.
Okay. So he once again he sees that you come back up, Pins, and he wants to slam down on both you and Tikimale. And you see that as this card like really makes a sharp tilt, he loses that grip, and he actually falls off and tumbles. You see him rolling behind the cart. I need you to do me a dexterity save, Clang, to see if you can get this cart back, as it's dangerously
22.
cartwheeling.
You big bird, move this way.
So you see that as he falls, you see like this cart is now a single wheel on the back left, and you make sure that you get the cart back on track. You see behind you, you see that this creature is rolling in the dust. It gets back up and it's angry and it starts leaping, and it starts with a normal leap and then a bigger leap, and you see that these leaps are getting larger, and the distance between you guys and the cart is is closing very rapidly.
It's back up!
You see Pins and Clang, or Vorkov, you see that too. As you're in the cart, you see that his eyes start glowing, his mouth is open, and everything in his body starts trembling in a strange way, like almost like a seizure as it's moving forward. And he starts growing. I need you guys to do me one action to try and see if you can help this card in speeding up.
Fuck. What can I do?
So everyone gets an action to help Clang do this card. So Clang, you're gonna go last. Gotcha. Shadow is giving you advantage. Gavorkov, is there anything you can do to try?
I forgot to roll at advantage because of the last time here.
That is true.
That is my bad.
That is true. Remember it for next time.
I will.
I'll let you have 2 advantage rolls because we missed it last time. Gavorkov, you see this creature is ready to make his final leap, and something strange is with it. It's trembling strangely, and these crows start flocking around it heavily.
All I can think of is mold earth beneath a tree that hopefully tips over.
Okay.
That's smart.
I like that. Roll me an Arcana, basically like a ranged attack. Roll me anything with like a ranged attack. 16. Okay, I'll allow that. Okay. That is your action. Pins, what do you want to do for your action?
I will say to I'll turn around and say to Snow and to Greated. I'll dress them and say,
Yes, this is it. Give us your best if you want to live.
Okay. Okay.
"Animal handling."
Clang, I'm gonna let you add a +5 to your roll. Okay. Against
Okay.
this creature's roll. Ikumale is. What can he do? I find it very hard for him. And usually he's pretty genius at coming up with things. So it sucks that he isn't here, actually.
Yeah.
He can hail.
Yeah, you know what? He is going to do that. He's gonna try and claw his way out of this hole he's stuck in. And Clang, he's going to heal you with healing hands. He's going to heal you. Actually, no. I'll just let him actually do a healing spell. So that's what he's going to do. Let me cast that here. Cure wounds. Where are you? Here. I think he has 2nd level. He has at least. That is 17 healing for you.
That's better than nothing here. Gets me back up to where we started.
Yeah,
Right.
that's pretty decent. Okay, so Clang, you roll with a +5 and you roll with advantage. He is gonna roll against you. Okay, so let's see how well you maneuver. So again, you get to choose either straight ahead or you try to be maneuvering like left and right, making it harder for him. So
we're gonna just push ahead. I'm gonna drive the pounce cats to go fast as they can here. So we're just
Okay.
going straight on strength, driving straight ahead.
Yes, go ahead.
29 technically.
+5. That is really good. So as you whip the mounts to get as fast as they can, you all see, except for Clang, who's like in the front, you see this final leap, and it's almost like a gravity pull. How unnaturally fast he launches. He doesn't account for the sudden burst of speed, and you see he lands right behind the car. There is like, you get boosted forward almost with this rain of dust and sand, and you see this massive aura around him. You see that the back of the cart starts splintering. You see that actual nicks are being made at the metal frames, at the metal bars. You see that almost the entire backside of the cart comes off as he missed that jump. So roll me another one, Clang. You can once again choose to roll swaying the cart to make it hard for him to aim, or to go straight quicker.
All right, we will roll. We're just gonna go quicker. We want to put some distance between us and that thing.
Okay, so 23. That, yeah, plus the 5, that is really good. So you guys see that he once again like gets up, squeals loudly, and you see this aura keeps like these birds, this tornado starts moving around him, and you see that as this tree starts falling over Gavorkov, you see that he needs to dodge out of the way. You see that the entire tree gets splintered, but it does slow him down as he then gets ready to make another leap. With the sudden burst of speed once again, he again misses. He lands to the back left of the cart, and you see that one of these wheels actually starts coming off. Like the tornado of birds, and the whole back left side splinters to a point where it just disappears. But Clang moves the cart so rapidly. Clang, roll me a deck save to see how well you can balance this cart.
Oh, crap. 16!
16. That is decent. You see that this aura starts dissipating. You have the feeling that this creature has expended its energy on that, and you see that it starts slamming its fists in the ground in anger, and it then rapidly disappears back into the fields. And you see that the trail that it leaves is actually moving away from you.
Pins, I require you to give that thing the two-finger salute. He wants you to flip it off. He wants you to flip it off.
Yeah.
I only have one hand to spare right now.
Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. I'll help you with the other one.
So, you guys,
Hey,
for
you
a
guys
while,
know that we have seen quite some monsters, but that was horrifying. I'm not the only one, right?
Yeah, it was
No,
uglier
no,
than me.
you're
It was
not.
uglier than me. I'm pretty damn ugly.
Maybe we just don't go through the woods anymore, guys. What about that?
Yeah. Sticking to the roads from now on. Sticking to the roads.
Yeah, I think that's for the best.
So
We'll reclaim it in the future.
so you guys, you trot on for a while until you feel safer.
there is no
And
safety in the woods.
at some point, you need to slow down as this cart is really like tilting, as one of the wheels is all but obliterated. And
Yeah, we need to stop. We need to stop. As soon as we get back onto the main road here, we need to stop, and I needs to make some repairs to the carts.
I can fix it.
Yeah, I
can fix
need
it.
some.
Well,
I need some
then I'll help
money
you here. There's some stuff that you can't really use. Wait, you've got the mendable one. What?
Yeah.
Mandibles? Who's got mandibles?
I can sing up.
Go back to sleep. Go back to sleep.
But I can fix the
So-
wheel. I got mending.
Well, Shadow and Pin should sleep here as soon as we gets the chance. And I has no health. I has no health. But I will work if I need to.
Can we use that globe thingy you've got?
I thought I told you to go back to sleep. Sorry, dude.
Do you mean the portable homestead?
Yes.
I think that's exactly what he means.
Do we really want to use that? It's got like only a few charges.
I mean,
I look at Shadow and say,
does it seem like we're safe?
and I look around together.
So you ask that question, and she says, "Does it look safe to you?" And you see all these, again, like large portions of woods interrupted by some farmlands here and there, but mostly you're on the other side of the river, where it's mostly just really like these old, almost black barked, gnarled trees. You see shiny little eyes in the distance. You hear the skittering of creatures, and you just got assaulted, and your cart is all but destroyed. She
No,
says,
not really.
I would say
You know
no.
what? Fuck
Yeah,
the
that's
charges.
why.
And he pulls out the portable homestead.
All right.
Oh, sure. When I say you question it, when Shadow says it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
okay.
because it's you.
Oh no.
Yeah, we
Wait,
always
wait.
needed to-
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so you throw this orb and it shatters. And just like you used to, this snow globe, this scenery, it starts growing with a big dome around it. And there's a cookie castle and this chocolate river that lazily goes behind it. And do you designate everyone to be able to go in? Like, remember, it even has stables. You can even move your cart in there if you want.
Yes, please.
I
He's
do.
moving he's moving
Everyone but
everything in
Pence.
there. Wait, what?
Right.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
I don't know. He was kind of crucial in the last battle here. I kind of want him to stick around here.
So you move everything, the cart, inside this globe. For the next 8 hours, you can spend time here, which will be for every hour you spend in there is a minute outside, as your little, your little candy homestead has 10 bedrooms. No, I think it has 5. It has five bedrooms.
Five bedrooms and 5
Yeah,
stables.
up to 5 creature stables, and you can, it has the kitchen, so you can prepare food if you need to, but you
Please,
can definitely have a long rest. Yes,
please tell me Mauler is large and not huge.
he is large. Yes.
Okay, good.
Trying to see if I have any potions that I can put in the ring of contingency here.
I forgot about the time dilation thingy with this thing.
Yeah,
That's super amazing.
I have exactly 3 potions here that I can put this in. So, they're all different ones here.
So, did anyone drink any of or use Talcum's draught?
Talcum's
Who?
Draught.
Ava Talcum. Because I
yes.
know you guys use the potions. Okay.
I didn't, but I think Pins claimed
Pins-
it. You bought it, right?
I bought one for everyone here, with the exception of me, and I drank mine immediately when I got it.
Right, that's true. Yep. Okay, that's good. Yeah, and it probably would be smart for you to use
Did
your
Gav?
or get charges in your
Gav
ring.
didn't drink it, but he has one.
After getting the animals into the pen for a bit here, Kling is asleep at the side of the stables here. He has not gone inside there. He has not got inside there. He managed to get, at the very least, his chest plate off here before he fell asleep right there at the corner of the stables.
Okay. All right. So you are soundly sleeping. Every one of you that decides to go sleep will get their full rest. If anyone wants to do anything in the meantime, please let me know as well.
Gav is going to try to bond with his kitten.
Displacer kitten. Okay. So go ahead. Roll me either acrobatics or athletics.
Athletics or athletics. Okay, give me 1 second. Yes. He does have some thick premium honey roasted bacon. How good is that still?
It's very good.
Okay. So he's gonna
Because it's
grab
been
that.
like pickled
2
and
days.
stuff like that. Yeah.
It's been 2
And
And
days.
it's not been a long time. You guys have done a lot of things in 2 days.
He's gonna wave it in front of the Displacer kitten's face. Try to tempt it.
Okay, roll me an animal handling.
I'm good at those. 12.
I'm awake. I wasn't gonna go before my turn, but if I see him do this, can I aid him?
I'll say yeah. Since you're all in a relaxed space and probably together. So roll me advantage then.
You know, sometimes you just gotta let it bite your finger. Don't be so scared.
Well, I know what I'm doing.
And you listen to his advice, and he does bite your finger. And you're like, ow! But that changed nothing. So you are going to try and bond with it. You see this thing, and it seems to just move in and out of, it seems to just warp around rapidly the more excited it gets. And the closer you get, the more excited it seems to become. Looks at you with curiosity. And do you want to open the cage, or do you want to try and keep it in there? How do you want to go about this?
Will it be able to escape the cookie castle? Would Gaff be aware of that's a possibility?
You know that if anyone leaves after entering, it ends the spell. So it's a possibility, but then again, if you're inside Cookie Castle and the door is closed, probably it won't escape. Yeah, the door is closed, so I mean, it possibly will warp all over the place.
Yeah, because doors
Yeah,
stop at this blazer kitten.
I mean, he can't leave even through the ethereal plane because it's still a wall. He's gonna let it out the cage.
So are you trying to grab it or just plainly opening the cage?
So, he's gonna give half of that piece of bacon to him, and he's gonna hold the other half as he opens the cage and like hold it close as he like sits cross-legged in front of the cage.
Ah.
Okay. So let me roll for that. Okay, so you sit there and it looks at you, the bacon, and then it just disappears and you feel a weight on your head as it lands right on your head, and you see like all these tentacles just slam on this bacon that rip it out of your hand. As it's now like moves over, as it slides off your head onto your shoulder, and contently starts eating this bacon.
Oh, he's gonna try to like, pet it. Slowly.
As you pet it, you feel as your hand brushes over the hair and then sinks into nothingness as it teleports once again, now on top of the cage.
Wait, it can teleport?
You don't know. It seems like that from where you're sitting.
Hello, little buddy. We're friends, right? I can give you more food.
Ruff. Meow.
I don't understand why you bark and meow. That's weird.
Yeah, it's weird. It doesn't make cat noises. It purrs, and then sometimes it's a sound almost like a bark coming out.
At least it's not bird chirping like a cheetah.
That's the weirdest
that's
thing.
true. That's
I
true.
know. But it's strange, but you've never seen an animal like this. Maybe that's normal.
Don't worry, Gav. You have a great track record with keeping your animals alive.
Thank you.
Ikamali just looks like at it with hunger.
Yep, Ikamali is passed out. He's just sleeping.
I'm gonna take out my. Let's see, what is it? Is it a mess kit? Yeah, take out a mess kit and gonna pour some water from my water skin onto a small bowl and set the bowl in front of me.
Okay, so you see that it's about to jump off the cage, but instead of the jumping, it just disappears and lands on the floor like mid-movement. And it really slowly, sort of in kind of a crawling way with its neck stretched forward, moves towards you. It sniffs the ball. And it then puts its paw on the side and just leans on it. And it tips and the water goes out. And you see it like look the other way. Clearly uninterested in the water.
Oh, okay.
He pulls out a bottle
Maybe
of
if you
wine.
flavor
No,
it.
you pull out a what?
a bottle of wine. No.
Oh dear God. I don't think that's...
He's gonna pour in
I've
some
got some
more,
honeysuckle wine if you want.
and he is. He's gonna make it taste like bacon with
He's gonna what?
prestidigitation. He's gonna pour more water and make it taste like bacon.
Does it smell like bacon?
No, but it tastes like bacon.
You have
To the cat, it looks the same. And so it looks at the water, looks at you, and then just starts licking its paw.
Oh, I can make smell, so it'll also smell like bacon.
Okay, now there's a difference. Now let me see. It sniffs. It actually does go for it. And as it carefully takes one lick, it does seem to like that. And after a little bit, it actually yawns and it starts sitting in your lap like walks on its own, like moves around its own axis until it finds like it is at the perfect angle, and then curls up like a little croissant and falls asleep.
You have
Okay.
achieved loaf. It has chosen you.
As it falls asleep, uh, he's gonna place a hand on it and attempt to become bound to it.
Okay. So I'm gonna assume this is what you're gonna try and do for the rest of the hour.
Yes.
Okay, so then roll me another either acrobatics or athletics. Or I will also allow an animal handling if you prefer that.
Let's see. They're all the same in modifier. We'll go with animal handling. Maybe I shouldn't have.
A 4. Well, you did do a very good job, and it stays there. I'm gonna allow you to sit there for another hour for one more roll, if you want to.
It's worth losing to sleep.
Oh my god.
It's like waffles all over again.
Vince is just popcorning this whole ordeal. So it does seem to be asleep. You are petting it. It does seem to like shift away from you a little. Like, you know, when a cat does that thing where you try to pet it, like it like curves its back so you just can't touch it. It seems to be doing some of that. I'll allow you to do another roll at the end of a long rest.
Mhm.
Because Pince has also helped you when you did feed it bacon. So make another attempt after your long rest.
Okay.
Other than that, Pince, was there something you wanted to do?
Yes. Pins is going to spend some time with Mahler. Because I don't know how long we've been traveling.
You've been traveling. You got attacked about 2 hours in, so I would say like after the whole ordeal, you spend an hour, so it's about 3-4 hours later.
All right.
You see that the sigil on his forehead, that the light seems to become more dull over time.
Yeah. Pins is going to stay with it and look it over if it has any wounds, take any splinters out of its fur or whatever.
Like, hey, that was a bit of a rough introduction to our lifestyle, but I hope you liked some action. It's at least more than you got when you were in the circus, I think. You seem to be just chained down and be petted.
He definitely he stares at you as you're talking to it. It seems to enjoy though that you're grooming it and trying to help it with most of its wounds are very superficial. It doesn't seem that it sustained much damage apart from some splinters. And it seems to enjoy you taking care of it and ruffling through its feathers and its fur. But mostly it's just following your movements, looking at you. It doesn't seem to respond a whole lot. You're not completely sure what it understands what you're saying or not.
No, I'm just talking to just like you,
Mhm,
just have
mhm.
a new pet.
It doesn't seem hostile, at least. It looks pretty content with what you're doing.
Yeah. So I will try to sort of bond with it, like superficially.
Great Youth will
Not,
remember
not,
this.
not, yeah, not magically.
Okay.
Well,
Mhm.
it's at the stable, so Great Tooth and Snow can join in.
Like,
Mhm,
hey, this
mhm.
is your new friend. Go and
Is it,
maul
little
it.
master? Is it?
I mean, it doesn't have to be. It was probably gonna eat you if you don't befriend it at some point.
We'll see about that.
Wow, you know what? You can have some sparring lessons. That's cool.
But you spend time with the animals. Roll me an animal handling.
Okay.
21. Okay.
That's good.
That's
Animal
good. That's
handling.
good. So you spend time with Greytooth, with Snow, and with your Owlbear Marla. He seems really relaxed. Actually, there was some tension in him before, but he is laying down. And since you're doing your animal handling with all these creatures in the stables, you notice that they're sniffing each other out a little. There's some growling from all sides every now and then, but in general, they seem to, at first be apprehensive of each other, but eventually, they fall asleep in decently close vicinity of each other without any bloodshed. So this seems a pretty successful thing for you.
Introduction.
Yay.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to do, I will. This is up to you.
Mhm.
So I want to take out the spider, like out of the ball sphere.
Oh,
Which spider are we talking about?
hypno.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're talking
The wood
about
cutie.
the companion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the Pokemon, yeah.
I'm not gonna change Rose in.
Mm-hmm.
I will just let wood cutie out, and I'm gonna see if it's possible to just have Rose outside of the sphere, but like not active. It's like Pikachu following Ash around.
Yeah. Okay. So you take the sphere and you let the spider out. You do see that it automatically moves Rose in.
Oh, it does. Okay.
There's this short moment wherein you feel like the tugging of sort of your bond, your contract, and you know that you you can basically cancel your contract, end your contract, and just let the spider go if you want to. But if you do not reply, it will continue its process of swapping out your creatures.
Okay. I will swap him out, and I will sit down with him. I will look at him and say,
You know, it's been incredibly great having you with us, part of the team.
He nods.
And I think it would be a disservice for you to just be in that boat the entire time.
He nods.
I mean, I could give you to Ikamale or to one of the others, but I don't think they're gonna use you a whole lot. So, I think it's time for you to be set free.
You see a little face of confusion. You see his eyes get a little watery as he looks at you.
"Give it some dust."
That seems to be all it wanted, as it grabs it from your hands and skitters off.
I will hug it. I will say,
Let's just have one more evening together before you exit this ball and screw everyone over.
He bites you and leaves a little mark on you.
Uh-oh.
"I've been marked,"
You have been chosen.
and I will take out Rose.
All right.
Spider
As this as this little mark starts burning, you start feeling a connection with the wood kitty spider. Almost like the contract. You have the feeling that at least for now, you can feel its presence pretty strongly, and you might for a while still after.
Okay.
But you do
Like it's in
spend,
the vicinity?
yeah.
Okay.
And you strongly feel it, like, from that little mark. You have creatures that are spiders have to roll a wisdom
Arachnids?
save to it. Yeah, arachnids need to have to roll a wisdom save to attack you for the next 48 hours. So write that down for yourself. It's a boon you have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you spend your some time until you fall asleep. And
Yeah, I'll
the
take out Pop as the last thing.
Yeah. Okay,
I'll
fantastic.
sleep at the stables with the creatures and drag Clang next to me.
I am
Yeah,
considerably
okay.
lighter since I don't have a chest plate on.
So Clang will also get the benefits of Pop.
And I will put
Um,
a fucking onesie on freaking Rose.
All right. So Rose actually turns into a legendary type. So she turns, you can change that in her sheet. So instead of a rarity 3, I think she was, you may turn her into a rarity 4.
Ooh.
Sorry for that moment in the sphere, Rose. It didn't feel right to mistreat the spider, leave it in the door the entire time. You know you're my favorite. I let it go.
She licks her face and she cuddles up to you. She seems to be very, very happy. And she looks adorable with her little onesie. As her
so
face sticks
beautiful.
out of this open mouth of the unicorn with this golden horn on top of her head. But you all fall asleep. The next, like after 8 hours or so, you will wake up. I'll say you wake up a little earlier since you guys were already trying to do a rest when you got interrupted. I'm gonna say you guys have an hour to try and fix this card before the globe will expel you out.
All right, I got it.
Gavorkov, roll me another either animal handling, athletics, whatever.
And
I should just give up on life.
This is awful.
Oh, actually, sorry. Is this
Yeah.
is this the animal handling for the kitten?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so after we all wake up and Gavorkov is trying to deal with the kitten again,
Yeah.
I will walk over to Gav and say, like,
Hey,
do I recognize this because of my favorite enemy, that this is a monstrosity or something?
You do.
All right, I will say,
this is a very interesting specimen. I don't think I've seen it before. Like, ever heard of it? You mind if I have a closer look together with you?
Yeah, that's fine. I think I'll try anything at this point.
I will.
Let me
sort
bend some
of-
of these bars back in place here. You can focus on the wood when you're done with your job there.
I will sort of observe for a little bit and give some pointers to Gav. But my main concern for this is learning about this kitten to make this for the guild. Right.
Okay. Because you did get told. I told you,
Yes.
right? That
yes.
Okay. Write it down for yourself that this is gonna be your subject, and you
Yes.
may roll me an insight. And Gavorkov, you get an advantage on your roll.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Again, a 12. You're cursed with a 12.
Yeah, well, the 12 is a lot better.
Natty
And
one.
you do notice that this kitten, actually, like, you see it moves its head against the bars, and then it sort of disappears and appears outside of it. And it actually, out of itself, start moving and rubbing its head and its body against you, Gavorkov. You, Pins, with your insight, you see it doing these things, and you see that it has 4 frontal legs and 2 hind legs. You see also 4 sort of tentacles coming out from where its shoulder blades are of the 4 frontal legs, and they seem to sort of quiver every now and then. As if you've seen this before in different creatures, like snakes, almost like, tasting the air with their tongue. It's a little similar to that. You definitely haven't seen creatures do this before. So I'll say with your 18 insight, you get some more insight about just behavioral things, and you learn and also that when you look at it, it constantly seems to be not exactly where you're looking. It's like your eyes try to focus on where it is, and every time it tries to focus, it's just slightly not where it is, to the side, and it's very confusing and hard to watch. You, though, Gavorkov, as you are witnessing the same thing, the more this kitten is sort of like, jumping a little on your boots and like playing with the laces, and it is more comfortable with you, you start seeing that your focus on the kitten becomes more direct, as it seems to allow you to see it where it is.
Mhm. I think you, little guy, are gonna be quite useful.
Oh, thanks, Gav.
Listen, Pins. Don't ruin the moment.
Clang, you wake up early. You feel that your balloon pops. And this cute balloon, and as it does, it rains a rain of candies around you, and you find that from the pop balloon, you can count 5 candies that have fallen down. And they're in this colorful wrapped paper, not paper, wrapping.
Now, what's this here? I'll take the candy, unwrap it, and start eating it.
Okay, roll me a d6, please.
1d6 coming right up. That's a 3.
A 3. That is a peppermint candy. So you see, as you open it, like these swirls of red and white, you put it in your mouth, and it's sweet and minty, and it tastes really good.
Prefer spearmint here, because spears has it in the name.
And then it gets really cold and really frosty. You sort of like, and you see like this, your breath becomes visible, and you get colder and colder until you freeze over. You actually freeze over, and you're stunned and freezing for the next minute.
And now we're busy with the kitten.
So after a while, after you've been playing with the kitten, you come to the stables. You're like, oh, what is Clang doing? You see that Ikamali is loudly snoring away still. And Clang seems to be a frosty pillar with his, when your tongue gets stuck to the ice, to an icicle.
Yeah.
That's kind of like, he's there with his mouth open, his tongue is stuck, and he's just encased in ice.
Is this you're doing, Gav?
You see a bunch of
candies. The whole time.
A bunch of candies around him. There's 4 now, and 1 wrapper on the floor.
A coke.
Clang, roll me a con save.
A con save. Oh, thank goodness here. Damn it. That's a 13.
13. Well, it's enough. You slowly start feeling to get some warmth back and some strength back as you burst yourself loose as this. You see like
close
pins.
enough. Is Pin's
Yeah.
close enough for me to grab him?
Yeah, so
Okay.
the moment he tries to touch you, the ice shatters almost as if this has something to do with Pins, but you overcome this and you feel that Pins' finger is about to poke you in the chest.
That's what happens. Why, you little...
As you gently choke him out.
There ain't nothing gentle about that. Why, you little...
So, in the meantime, that commotion causes Ikamali to wake up. So, yes, you guys find, one of you find yourself strangled, and one of you find yourself strangling.
Once I'm completely free, I'll let him go. But I was like, instead of helping me, you went and did something stupid like that.
I did help you. I got you out. I broke the ice clearly. I touched you on the chalet. You're welcome.
No, I broke it. It was my muscles that did it.
Oh, I love
Just
that.
starts-
Muscles. Yes, perfect.
Believe what you want, Clang.
He lifts up his plate armor here now and starts putting it on. Fucking bitch are burning you like.
Fantastic. Yeah, so Clang is getting dressed. And like I said, I give you guys about an hour to try and fix this card. So I assume you guys use mending and stuff
Well,
to try and fix it.
Mending is
Nice.
definitely pretty good spell for this here. But anything that's too big that needs to be replaced here or can't be fixed with mending, Kling will help out with.
All right, so I'll say this. This is like a candy castle and everything. I will allow you, since you can actually eat the things here, to get some like waffle cones and some frosting to try and fix up a lot of the card. And together with Clang, like you know, heavy lifting and chopping down
These
some
candy
waffle
canes will do
trees.
real good to replace some of the balls that we can't replace here.
Yeah.
So yeah, with the mending together, I'll allow you guys to fix that card. So part of the one corner of the back is basically sort of like this giant waffle cone with frosting, you know, like closed off, and you replaced, fixed the wheel. This is gonna hold for a while.
Is
You
that
guys,
cargo still okay?
is that what?
Our cargo.
Your cargo, beyond surprise, yes, the chests are a little damaged, especially the ones in the back. But it doesn't seem like any of it has penetrated the actual boxes.
Yeah, that's
Thank God for plot armor.
You're welcome.
I think that's. Yeah.
Right, lads, we've delayed this long enough. We need to get a move on.
All right,
Are we
so
still going to the
I
factory?
think so. Yeah.
Do we even have time to go out there anymore?
Well-
Like 10 minutes have passed, Clang.
yeah. So because for every hour inside is a 1 minute outside. So you guys didn't spend more than 8 minutes. Yes.
Yeah, above game, I know that. Kling is not smart enough to know that.
You know what? That makes total sense.
Right. Okay, let me tell you this. When we went into this little homestead, time stopped.
You fucking kidding me?
No, I'm not. You can ask Gaff before you choke me out again.
Dave, is that true?
You see, the reality of things are that, according to the calculations, we are traveling at about 1/60th of the speed of what's actually happening outside, and so
Okay, I can see his brain coming out of his ears.
There is a liquid that is coming out of his ears currently right now. It's
That was
But I
smart
guess-
talk for yes.
yeah, basically yes, kind of stopped, just going really slow.
oh fuck. Okay.
So you guys do proudly drive your cart and your mounts outside. Your animals also fully restored. And indeed, as you look outside the dome, basically that blocks you from the outside, you see that it's still basically how you left it. Not much has changed. And as you move outside, the snow globes, the shatters and everything, it's sort of like before, like you've seen with the other snow globes. It's like almost like a reversal of time, where all these shards like move back together and turn and shrink back into the size of a normal snow globe.
That really is a
And-
neat thing.
And you still have all your charges because you rolled above a 4, so that's really good.
Well done, Dad. Well done, Gav. You did a really good job here of making sure we don't lose our cool shit.
Yeah, no
You know what?
problem. I kept it
Flynn
everything
really
nice
does.
and safe with my body.
Flynn really does good work.
Wait, that's one
Yep.
of things? That's one of things? Hey.
Yes, when you turn over this gilded base, you see really beautifully, little pumpkins and different kinds of candy engraved in the base, this golden base of the globe. And when you turn it upside down, you see engraved in it Flynn Willamere Incorporated.
I can't read his chicken scratch. Why can't he write in common?
Well, the only thing I can read is Flynn, so that's good enough.
Yeah, I suppose. All right, let's go. Come on, doggies, let's move.
Okay, so you everyone gets in the cart and you spur on the pounce cats.
That I continue to call dogs.
Absolutely.
Do all
Yes.
our balloons pop?
Yes, all your balloons, like if you start moving out, like one by one, your balloons start popping. And you see that each of you starts raining candies. So you can pick them up if you want. Each balloon will pop 5 candies.
Boom. Those are my candies.
Are you eating them all right now?
No, I'm just picking them up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so write it down for yourself. And whenever
Yes.
you eat one, tell me which one you're eating and I'll tell you what happens to you.
Yes.
Oh dear Lord, you're eating a whole bunch of them.
Actually, I will eat
Clang.
one. I will eat number 5. Wait, number 3.
Number 3. Okay, let me see. Number 3. That is a
Oh,
peppermint
shit.
candy.
That's the same one as he did.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this time around, Clang, you see that his balloon pops and he picks up all these candies, and you see him think like, "Oh, this looks nice," and he shoves all these candies in his pocket and he takes one out and he unwraps it, and you recognize the candy that comes out. It's white with these red swirls, and you look at it with a smirk as he puts it in his mouth. And you taste it, and it's sweet and minty, and you think, this is delicious. And the same
I
thing
hate
happens
mint.
where you're like, this is really cool, and you want to spit it out, and it won't leave your tongue. It seems to be stuck to your tongue. It seems to be freezing to your tongue, and your entire mouth starts freezing over, and you turn into an ice pillar. Clang, you can load him into the cart in the back if you want.
Just gonna let him. If he's standing up on the back here, he is a frozen pillar to the on that thing. I'm not touching him. I'm just gonna keep looking back every so often and laughing.
Ikomale also picks up all the candies, puts it in his pocket. I imagine he would like stick some on his cupcake, but
Yep.
Oh, definitely.
so we'll leave that to him. I imagine that's what he's doing. Glenn, if you did not pick up the rest of your candies, he'll pick those up as well.
I'll put them. I'll put them in my inventory here. I'm guessing there was 5 of them, right?
Yeah, so you ate one, so
So
you have
4.
4 left.
What kind of magical candies? I'm just gonna call them.
Yep. They are called tricky treats.
Tricky treats, even better.
So yeah, Gavolkov, you see this happening too. You see him eat a candy, turn into a frozen pillar.
And immediately after, there is a ruckus laughter of of Clang just laughing his ass off.
So I rolled a 6, which is a golden jack. Is it a coin?
It is. So you see also with pins, one of the candies was not just a wrapped candy. It was a golden coin that looks exactly like those golden jacks. You pick it up and you feel it's a lot lighter. And you see it's like kind of like a gold foil. This is one of those chocolate coins. I don't know if you guys ever had those as kids.
Fucking hell yes.
Yeah. So this is like a big coin, like actually exactly the size of a golden jack, and it's actually just as shiny. But it's one of those chocolate coins. So you can peel back the...
Yeah, I was gonna eat that one.
Okay, so you peel back the gold. And you eat it, and let me see here. Okay, so you eat it and you think, oh, delicious, I like chocolate. I'm sorry, I'm just deciding these things for you guys. Please just correct me if you hate chocolate.
I love chocolate.
So you eat it, and all of you watch Gavolkov as his eyes grow white. And then he slumps backwards and falls unconscious. You, Gavolkov, see the horrific visage of the Jack of Hollows. And you fall unconscious, sleeping. And you experience awful nightmares.
Oh, that's just
wonderful.
evil. That's just evil. Why would you do that to chocolate?
Well,
They are trick-or-treats, guys.
In its frozen states, Pins goes like,
You guys are awful.
We're goblins. It's excusable.
So Ikamale is like, well, I guess
misery
this
loves
is-
company.
Yeah. So
I'm driving the cart. I'll
Ikamale
eat mine later. Wait,
is gonna load both of you in the back of the cart.
watch him forget. Watch him
both of
forget he
you.
even has these things, and he pulls them out and eats them later.
Both of you are gonna roll me a con save, please, after a minute. So you guys have been loaded in the cart. You are aware of everything. You especially, Pins. A Constitution 9. You stay frozen for a little longer. Roll me a con save. Gavolka.
Thought it would get less
Honestly?
funny after a bit, but unfortunately for him, it's still funny.
Are you there?
what would you like me to roll?
A con save, please.
Gun save.
Oh,
22. You feel like a massive piercing headache coming up, but it's enough to actually wake you up, and it dissipates. And you wake up screaming and actually sweating a little from these nightmares.
Damn
Oh
it,
my
Gabe.
God! I dreamt that I never met Mesmer. What world is it? Oh my God!
All right. Calm down. Do yourself a favor
Tell
and
me to calm down.
look at Pins, and then Tell me what you think.
Pins will only shatter one arm to facepalm.
And I gotta
Vince-
be right back really quickly.
All right, Vince,
man.
roll me another con save, please.
I like the cold. I don't mind this.
Okay, you take 5 cold damage.
I mind it a little bit.
So after a minute, you actually start thawing out. You are shivering and you're cold, but wearing a blanket or anything like that will quickly bring you back to your proper temperature.
Yes. Cold damage
Hold
is pretty
me, Pop.
bad.
I got your hot.
Of course, Pop's up. Pop is fear. Wait, fire. That's right, fire. Pop is fire. Of course he's going to be hot.
Yeah, fire affairs.
Exactly. Don't forget that you
Go snuggle up to Mola.
Yeah. So all the animals, Mola, Yuklang, and Pins, you guys have the boon from Pop. By the way, Pins, with your passive perception, I'm going to say you noticed this. When you woke up, there was a bit more crystal and dust missing.
Brains, you look worried about something.
No, not super worried. Just
I'll look for. I look around in my direct vicinity if I just lost it. Did I just drop this?
You see a trail of little glowing residue of little tiny spider legs.
Oh,
It seems he took a bit more taxes.
Penalties for leaving him in the ball.
I hope you grow strong, if no one one day we shall meet again and you'll be grand and fierce.
The fuck are you talking about? The fuck are you talking about?
But
Don't talk about it. It's too painful. I had to say goodbye to a friend.
Ain't nobody left here. Wait, what you talking about?
My poor Hypno.
Oh, you mean the Crowley? Yeah, I saw him walking around at some point.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't like keeping them in these spheres, so I had to take him out, and you can't have both out. And I love Rose too much, so I had to set him free. It's better this way.
Eh? Just But yeah,
How much dust should I take off?
a quarter of a vial.
Uh,
So I have one question. You
I
did
had
understand
I had
that you didn't
250 on me.
250 what?
Vials.
Dust. It was 25 dust to feed him.
Mm-hmm.
I had 250 worth on me.
Okay. Well, take. He has just taken a quarter of a vial though.
Yeah, may
So,
as well just take the
just-
whole vial. May as
I
well
think
just get rid of the whole
I grabbed half a vial from Gav, so that was
Mhm.
the 250. So if he took a quarter, that is another half. So
Yeah, yeah.
125.
Yeah, sure. And
so what's got you show up? Wait, was we missing anything?
you do realize you didn't have. I'm not sure if you weren't sure that you could transfer him back into the sphere, or that you really wanted to let him go.
I think the problem is Pens would keep him in the sphere because Rose doesn't want to be in the sphere, and Rose gets jealous if swap her out. So Hypno will be stuck in the sphere perpetually. Didn't want that.
Oh, that's what. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Basically, it would be better off.
Yeah.
Well, if you
I
guys
think
catch
the-
another one of you can take it.
Yeah, I think, as far as I'm aware,
Yeah.
Burble, while he and I are bosom chums, would probably be more accepting of the ball here, because I would probably alternate him out as needed.
Yeah. And Burble seems to be a lot more passive. He really likes you, but
Because I feed him more regularly than our contract requires.
he really likes you. But Rose seems to be quite having quite the personality in her. So yeah. But
With that, I will put the sphere back into the group pocket because
Yeah, sure.
Pence is not going to use it.
You can give it to Chesty if you want for group inventory. You guys all see that that Chesty every now and then seems to change a little bit, and it seems like he's practicing every now and then. He sometimes intently starts staring at one of the chests that's in the cart, and then try to make himself as square as possible.
No, Chesty,
Nope.
that's all wrong. You've got to do it a little bit more like this here, a little bit more square like that.
he takes your pointers and he nods at you, and he's really putting his heart and soul in it.
Becoming a full mimic. Oh God.
Yep.
It's been really weird since he ate that other Chesty.
Yeah, he has been. You guys have been noticing some significant differences.
I don't see a problem with this here, Pins. Why is you getting so hot and bothered about it?
I'm just making observations. I'm good at those.
Maybe a little too good. Just suspicious stare.
Yeah, keep your eyes on the road.
Sorry. There we go. Back on the road.
So, you guys notice that after another 2 hours or so, you start seeing that once again the forest makes way for an open ground, this time not so natural, as you guys recognize this entire large area pockmarked with just the stumps of trees, as many trees have been felled. You see in the distance in the heavy fog, you see people using these axes to break down more trees. As you get closer,
I want to say, out of one of the stumps, I see a little creature saying, "I am Delorex. Speak for the trees."
Okay.
What the fuck is that?
You guys make your way through, and you start once again coming to this large brick-like building with these heavy iron gates, and all these pipes coming from the rooftop, and the only thing growing larger than the tops of the roofs are these branches of some kind of gigantic tree that this factory seems to have built around. As you guys find yourself here.
Oh, let me switch to the screen here. There we go.
So we have like a 5-minute intermission because I think if we start,
yes,
because Gav.
I was gonna say, let us take a break. If he doesn't manage to get back, we will end at this little section. But everyone let's take 10 minutes. Go grab yourself a drink, something to eat, and we see each other then in 10 minutes, please.
Okay, going back in 3, 2, 1. We are back.
Okay, so like I said, you guys have made your way to this large stone building with the iron gate. The only thing higher than the rooftops is this giant tree that this building seems to be built around. You see one of those large tree type creatures in front of the heavy iron gate as your mounts slowly get through the mist in front of this gate, where this creature looks up at you, Clank, because you're actually sitting quite high on this cart. And he says, "You're back."
Yes, sorry about that.
You would still like to join for the training then?
Training. Did we say we were...
Factory. So, if you recall, you guys found on the bulletin board basically a request and a money offer to check out the factory to find some work there. And if you came and sat down to training just to see what it was like and give it a chance, there would be a payout of 30 gold pieces.
Okay. Well, I believe...
I foresee no complications.
I foresee a lot of complications. Ben's, this one's yours then, right?
This is what?
Was this one his? I don't recall that notice board.
It's basically for everyone who joins the training. Everyone gets
It was the public
gold.
notice board in the
Yes,
square.
Oh, yeah, public notice board.
but it was
From Bexley.
Gavolko. I think all of you were interested in checking out what was going on since Ava left with so many townspeople.
We would like, before any sort of training, a bit of a tour around the place, if that's at all possible. Sorry, had to use a different accent a while back. Apologies.
I don't think the plant cares.
Plant no care. No, the plant creature that says to you looks tour. No, but training almost starting.
Is there a place that we can place our, or put our mounts and such?
Of course. And he put his hand on this gate, and you see that all these vines and twigs start growing out of his hand and go inside its lock. And you hear a click, click as it opens, and the gates, with a creaky sound, open, and he points towards the courtyard, which you see there's a bunch of stables and horses and carts already. You see some more of these plant-like creatures putting boxes in carts, and you guys make your way through this gate. If you want, you are able to enter the courtyard.
All right. Okay. All right, dog. Little doggies, let's go.
As we're moving through,
Yeah.
Gav's gonna message everybody, and it's all gonna contain the same message saying,
I don't know if I trust leaving our pets with them.
Then perhaps, and he'll reply, Kling will reply, I was going to go ahead and suggest maybe Shadow stay behind, still in the cart.
Possibly just to keep an eye on things.
Yeah, that went great last time.
Oof, Shadow, I'm imagining she's going to have something to say about that.
You inexplicably
Oh,
take
no.
7 slashing damage.
Pansy, alright?
Wow, that was really fast. I didn't even see that.
Around how long would it take us for us? Around how long would it take for us to follow this treant all the way to the factory?
He's not even leading you, so the gates are open, and he sort of gestures toward the courtyard. So you're basically standing there. You can decide to leave your cart out here or park it inside the walls of this factory.
The,
Because I can leave Gavo behind
Mm-hmm.
and then get him to like poof over to us when the animals are in danger. So we
I
don't have to
will.
leave
That's
Shadow behind.
well. Shadow will
I will.
say that I'm going to be fine. This time around, there isn't an entire coven of witches trying to kill me.
I'll look at the trend as we're starting to move, and I say,
you guarantee us that our animals will stay safe?
Of course,
inside.
visitors are protected. Yeah, roll me inside.
Ooh.
16. You don't read deceit from his face, but you definitely something isn't quite okay, and you have the feeling that he's just mindlessly answering.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I was thinking, trying to read a tree.
Like you was trying to read a tree? You were trying to read a tree. That's your problem.
He's got a, I would say stone face, but it's more like a wood face.
All right, we'll bring the cart inside and park it next to a building over here.
I just want to warn you guys that this guy seems more like a mindless lackey more than anything else.
Yes,
All
yes,
right.
yes. Here, you guys get off in the courtyard here. I'll park this near the building.
All right, so you get close. You see that there's quite some cards. You can try to place your card strategically, perhaps with the mounts facing the gate, or
That's exactly what I want to do in case we need to do a quick
yeah.
getaway.
So
Are any other animals there?
yes, there is a bunch of horses. There's even some pigs.
Oh, some snacks for the for our
Some
steeds here.
chickens running around. So yeah, it isn't like a full farm, but it definitely seems like there's some animals, most likely just for food purposes. But definitely a bunch of horses. Most of them not glorious steeds. They look like kind of on the older side, farm type of animals that likely have come from places like Bexley.
I will use my this free once a day.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you can.
I'll talk to the horses.
Yeah, how long have you guys been here?
You see one turns around from eating hay, looks at you. She says, "We've been here for longer than I can imagine. I think I've been here for some months now. But at least I get fed constantly."
I want to see the maintenance on this one. If she's been neglected other than being fed.
Okay, so it looks like, despite this looks like an older horse, and you can see some weathered conditions on it. That more seems like a long life of kind of neglect.
There's no source or anything.
No, nothing recent. It actually seems like, despite this horse looking like she's had a life and is quite old, that right now she looks rather healthy.
I sort of go past some horses and ask the same thing. Just how they're doing.
Yes, they answer you similarly. There are some horses that say they've been there for 2 weeks. There are a few that say that they arrived, like about a day ago, 2 days ago. But most of them, though, have been there for quite some time.
Have any of you ever seen your monsters back?
A good question.
Most of them shake their heads. There are some that say they have, but most of the horses also say that they're quite content with it since they have a better life now.
The ones that say yes, I will ask.
What state were they in? Did they want to go home, or did they seem different?
He said, one of them says, seemed like happy to send to work. Yes. Calm. No longer worried.
All right. Thank you very much.
I'm gonna turn to Snow and Gray.
If you could keep a little eye on Mauler, I haven't quite figured out how to communicate properly, but just make sure he doesn't murder everything here.
So Mola, from what I am imagining, has been in the cart. You see that sigil is actually still there. It's very faint, though. But
Could I take it with me? I don't think so.
You'll have to maybe sneak him in. Like you'll have to see. How the reaction will be. But Snow and Greytooth do tell you that they will try and keep an eye on Mola.
I will go to the back of Muller and say, just give some soothing words.
I'm gonna try and be back very soon. I won't be very long. You'll be taken care of. And
I'm just gonna kind of give him some scritches and give soothing, noises, I suppose, to him. And,
it seems to make some satisfied grumbling sound as it's biting on one of the crates. It seems to also like be trying to sharpen its beak, like how birds do.
That's the thing that birds of prey do. They just kind of sharpen their beak on on like wood or whatever here. So they just kind of rub it. They don't actually bite it so much as they rub.
Yeah. But he seems to be like biting at it, and at the same time also like rub it, like sharpen its beak.
I'm gonna say that's the monster did that. Don't worry about it.
I don't have a whole lot, but since he's an owl bear, I hope he's an omnivore, and I'll give him a ration.
All right. He does take that actually and starts eating that.
I'm going to. That's it.
Okay.
Actually, can I say to Clang?
If we really get into trouble, I have this whistle I could always call Greytooth, but would have to release him from his reins.
It would be dangerous to let them run about here. Or at least make them look. Tell you what, I'll loosen the reins. I don't know what these tree folk are going to be like here.
Yeah, I'll say to the horses, like,
Do they close this place off?
Yes, of course, for protection.
Alright, I don't think it will make any difference if he's gonna be stuck here.
so yeah, just leave the reins on.
Right? If we don't come back, I hope you have a good life, Waytooth.
Oh, don't be so dramatic, Master.
What are
I
you
told you,
gonna...
don't call me master, I'm your friend.
Oh, I like that position.
What do you say?
He says, I like that position.
Alright, let's go. You guys want to ask anything to the horses?
No. Seriously, you're talking to animals again.
Yes,
I convey everything back to the party. Like,
it
Yeah,
actually was
okay.
a bit helpful.
Okay, so
but yeah, particularly tell them that it seems maybe that the workers become sort of mindless drones. Maybe not mindless, but definitely mind altered.
mhm.
Something's definitely wrong. Very well. After securing the wagon, quote unquote, Kling will return to the courtyard and look around, see where the training is beginning here.
All right, so you guys park your cart, and a smaller of these kind of tree folk comes up to you, more human-sized, and it says, "Follow for training." And it seems to gesture towards a small staircase, just like about five steps or so, that make their way up to these huge double doors. And it waits for you to comply and then starts moving in front of you, and opens once again you see like put both hands on one on each door, and these roots and vines start growing, going to the locks, and you once again hear that clicking sound as it unlocks and the doors get pushed open, and you find yourself into this like about double high ceiling, a double floor ceiling, and these sort of like weathered, older now, but once these just marbled floors must have been very pretty. You move and you hear the soft, the echoing of your steps on the stone, as this tree folk leads you to another person now, a third one, about the same size, leading you through this hallway, this wide open hallway. You look up and you can actually see a glass dome roof, as you see, the pretty dark clouded sky, until you get moved to this smaller section, a smaller room, and you see that Ava is standing there, and he's about to close this big door, and he spots you, and he says, "Oh my, I didn't expect to see you today. What a delight. Have you come to join the theatre?"
I believe you still owe me a drink, good sir.
I, I do indeed. You know what? I will take you up on that offer, but first I need to make sure that all the new recruits get their introduction. Of course, I will pay you. You know what? Because I do owe you a drink, I'll pay you double.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm here for.
Who said he was paying you, Pins?
Well, everyone that's here gets it.
That's true. Just for joining the theatre and seeing if you would enjoy working here, we'll net you 30 gold pieces. But like I said, for you, I'll make it 60.
You know, for someone that reads a lot, you sure didn't read that wanted poster. So you don't have to pretend. You know, Reja was also in that place, and they were accepting of other races.
Perhaps that is true. And he'll let the glamour go down.
Oh,
Of course, and that voice really does do a number on me throat.
well, no problem. We welcome any sort here. So, if you are interested in making much money, I suggest going. We're just about to start. And he reopens this door and sort of makes a bow and gestures toward. And you see behind him, slowly and kind of lazily, walks up one of those drake hounds and starts laying down next to him as he's standing there.
Yeah, go ahead and walk
Yeah.
past him.
Is gonna activate penetrating gaze,
Mm-hmm.
which lasts for
Okay.
2 minutes. And he is gonna try to stealth cast detect magic.
Okay,
I was gonna
so
say detect
roll
cast stealth
me
magic.
a sleight of hand. A 13. Okay, well, let me roll for him. Okay. Very lucky. He doesn't seem to notice. You see, as you do that, you see the dog for a moment like raises his head, like sniffs the air, and then just sort of like snores, like like he smells something dirty,
Mhm.
and then lays back down.
I keep telling you, you gotta wash your hand, Nikki.
It's the
So
source of his
what's-
power, though.
Never goes away.
So you are casting detect magic, right?
Detect magic and penetrating gaze.
Right, okay.
Ooh.
So you do sense some magic,
Mhm.
mostly just coming from Ava, as in you sense that he has some magic items on him.
Okay.
You do kind of feel some faint magic from some other rooms, like you're in a hallway and there is like, walls flanking you each side with some doors. You do feel some faint magic coming from that too. Other than that, not a whole lot.
Yeah. He's gonna keep it up for the whole of the 10 minutes that it lasts.
Yes.
As he just
Okay.
walks home.
So he bows and he gestures and he says, "I promise it's an exciting show."
That is a horrible flaw to have. I just saw that in the chat. That is a horrible flaw to have, and I love it.
Okay, so do you guys move inside?
Yes. Yes, Kling is already moving.
Okay, so you guys start seeing you move through this kind of like hallway, single file. Not super tight, but it's not super wide. You guys are quite small, so you can tightly stand next to each other. And it seems to be just a staircase that goes down, flanked by just straight walls. And as you guys move through, Ava follows you at a small distance, and he seems very excited and happy. You guys
behind us?
Yeah, he's moving behind you guys. and that Drake Hound is again lazily following. You
Yes.
can hear that sort of high tone as it yawns. Yeah.
As we're walking through, Gav's gonna say, "So, how long have you been in business here?"
Just some months now, and it's going swimmingly, really. I'm quite proud of all the work that we've been establishing.
What do you produce in this factory?
Like I said, this wonder draught, the world will be healed once again, and who knows, perhaps with some more science, maybe we can hire some scientists and we can truly abolish all kinds of diseases.
He'd like to insight of whether or not that's his actual goal, to abolish disease.
Yeah, go ahead.
15.
He, like, his excitement seems very forthright. Is that a good word?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. And it doesn't seem like there's any deception in what he's saying.
Okay, so he's being genuine or forthright. Okay.
How did you come across this recipe?
Well, I am a
Imagine.
businessman, and of course, if you work your way up, I could let you
No,
in on some more secrets. And
I
part
don't
of this,
mean
of
to.
course.
Find out your secret, just was it years of work or a divination from the gods or
Oh,
stumbled across a secret location with
well,
the fountain of youth sort of thing?
I mean, I wouldn't go so far as to say a fountain of youth, but, I did get some tip from someone higher up.
Let's see.
Oh, that sounds lovely. Higher up. Wait,
You had
divinity? Sorry,
Yes, that's what you...
it's almost habit to get back into that voice here. Believe me, the Southerners is a lot less tolerant of gobes.
Oh, trust me, I understand. Don't you worry. But, like you said, a religious man might call it that.
Truly.
And as you keep moving, you start hearing your echoes become more wider as at the bottom of this staircase opens up in a very large hall. There are still more stairs going down, but the walls have now subsided. There is a huge hall, really high ceilings, and there seems to be really decorative carving. Whatever this building used to be, it was very fancy. There is a tri-head of unicorns carved out of huge marble stone that overlooks this gigantic hall. As you guys move in here, and as you look down sideways over the railing, you start seeing things that seem newer than the original building. Large sort of tanks that probably ate the factory. There might be some kind of boilers. You have no idea really, but you guys find yourself here, and as you look across, you see sleeping lazily is the other Drake Hound that Ava has. And you see that as you move in, there's actually a bunch of people that also came in across from you via the other staircases. And everyone is really excitedly making their way down to the main hall for this introductory course. Are you guys all loaded in?
Yes.
Yep.
What's
Okay.
with the hounds all over the place?
All over the place. Oh, I just have two.
Yes. But there's one in this entrance and apparently in the second entrance. Do you get many thieves here?
Well, of course, I'm selling a wonder draught. I have to be careful with security. I've had several people trying to steal the recipe and run off with it.
See, maybe we could prove quite useful. We are good at security.
You know what? If you do not like the introduction, and you feel like you would like to do some mercenary work and protect the vicinity, I would definitely hire you for that.
Speaking of the vicinity, anybody sponsor this place yet? Nobody from like Clear Lake or Airedale Burrows. Imagine rich folk would like to get in on this.
I could dream, but that is the idea. There has been some deals made to send out some samples to see if people like it, and hopefully there will be some investments. But for now, it's just Bexley. And for what I can do for the people, of course. But we'll see.
Which, what are the benefits of working here as we're moving down lower?
You have to forgive
yeah.
me.
He says, as you keep moving, and you see that these people start moving in as well. Sorry, one sec. Okay,
No
yeah. He says, well, of course, I make sure that they do get their, draughts if someone is ill or even their family members, and you will not find a place that pays as handsomely as I do for, well, to be frank, some of these they only get 2 brain cells, and both of them are fighting for 3rd place. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We usually throw them to the bloke.
Not everyone is kind on people like that, and I found everyone deserves to at least have a chance at life. And so I could no longer see them suffer and die. There has been a horrible famine of late, and no one has been able to, well, to break the spell on that. So I do what I can. But if those are all your questions, yeah.
Did you see my message?
Oh shit, no, I did not. Let me check. Oh, yeah, you can do that. Yeah, you can definitely do that. So you do that before everyone has completely moved down. This one would be someone who's rather large. So you kind of like mingle into the crowd and you run forward, and he's like, oh my, we got enthusiasm. I like it. Now, if that was all, let's start then soon. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you after. And he makes a little bow and he says, a screen will be popping up soon. And, well, I hope that all of you will have a wonderful day. And he starts making his way back up the staircase. And
Screen, what does that mean?
This one also disappears to the other door. So you guys move your way down into their room, and
Has he
you
detected
see
any more magic as we're walking through?
faint magic from these copper kind of tanks that you imagine are perhaps things to, like I said, like some kind of boiler or, like brewery.
And was there, when Aver left, did his hound stay by the door? Or did he leave with him?
No, they left with him.
Okay.
So you guys move inside, and everyone, you hear excited murmuring as people are starting around, and you guys hear them say like, Oh yes, I never made so much, like, even in almost my whole life. 30 gold pieces. It's gonna serve me great. I'm gonna send it to my grandma and she will be able to fix it us up. And I think I'll only need to work for like maybe 3 months and I'll be good. And you hear like a lot of people talking like that.
Set
Like
for
what are
life.
they?
We'll be
Yeah,
set
what
for
they gonna?
life here with just a few months of work in here.
Exactly. So you guys move inside there, and the lights all go out, and there is a soft glow coming from the bottom of the map from here, and you hear like oh sorry ha 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 as you hear Ava's voice through a speaker, and he says, well, I certainly hope that you're going to enjoy this. You better do. We'll see you at the end. Or perhaps not. And you start hearing a loud sound from these tanks, as if something is rapidly flowing through it. And it becomes like a louder sound, and everyone kind of turns around. And faster than you imagine or that you anticipate, you turn around and you hear a loud bang and a buzzing, like bzzz, like there is a loud electricity sound as these there is like this large field of electricity between these two tanks, and there is steam and electricity coming from these behind. Seems to be some kind of working mechanism, but you definitely feel that everyone who's really close, please roll me a dex save. So that will be Klang, Ikamale, Gavorkov. So I'll roll for Ikamale, or someone can roll for Ikamale. That's fine with me too.
We don't have access to his sheet, I think.
Oh shit. Okay, I'll do it.
So we need deck saves then. All right.
Yeah, everyone who is like right next to it there.
Oh fuck. No.
I would say to the guy next to me.
Did he say or not? That's ominous, right? That's not just me. Oh shit!
I'm sure everything's fine. And he looks at you and roll me perception.
Into the ether.
Oh damn. Okay. You look at him and he smiles and he kind of has a vacant look on him. And you see a little bit of a golden glow, like almost like radiating from the rims of his irises. And it's a little reminiscent of what you've seen before from this potion. And you look around, Pins, and you see that all of them have this. And there doesn't seem to be any fear in a situation that seems definitely ominous.
Okay. I would respond, but everyone's being electrocuted.
Yeah. So you step back, your hair, you feel all the hair on your body stand upwards from the electricity. So let me see. A 6, a 9, a 15. So Ikemali is the only one that makes it, as he sort of jumps back. Only takes half damage. So let's see here. That is 5 electricity damage.
Lightning.
For you guys. Lightning, sorry. Thank you.
5 lightning damage.
Yeah, for everyone who fails. So you move backwards. And as you're like, ow, hey! And Ikomale bumps back into these other people. She's like, excuse me, you're standing on my toes, sir. And you see that, Pins, as you're looking at this man, as there's commotion and there seems to be some kind of, not fear, but Ikomale, there seems to be, confusion what's going on. You see that glow starts dimming a little in his eyes, and fear starts coming to the surface. And he says, what's going on? Where am I? What is, and he looks at
Yeah.
everything. He looks at that and he starts running. He starts dashing this way. He says, "I'm gonna get out of here."
No, don't go. No,
I keep
no.
a close eye on him because he's going to be our test subject number 1.
No, God.
Okay, so as you look at him dashing away,
Zoom out a bit more here.
you
Sorry, folks.
see another one of these tanks start coming up from the ground and electrocute him. And as he, with his velocity, he ends up in the water and he floats there. As he is just instantly zapped
On the
and
line.
died. Yeah. Exactly.
He is unsubscribed from life.
Now at this point, everyone starts screaming. And
Right.
you start hearing a strange sound. It sounds almost like twigs breaking and at the same time like slimy, something moving through a small space. And you, Pins, are the first one to see it with your major fucking perception.
It's all that coffee. he
next-
drinks.
Yeah! Next to you, from these vents
Oh,
from
God.
high up the walls, you see these gigantic vines start occurring. And as you think, oh shit, and turn around to move to the other side, you see more of them start appearing. And you see that two of them very quickly slam into it, to the people there. You see that this lady over here gets picked up high up in the air. And you see that this man over here gets picked up, and I need all of you to roll me initiative.
I think we found the secret ingredient. It's us.
One
Yep.
fucking day.
Oh,
One
fucking God.
fucking day. I want one fucking day.
So I roll for Ikamale once
I
more.
did not.
Oh shit, I didn't select him, did I?
Select the
Doesn't
vines.
matter, he rolled an 11. But I'll roll again for him, just because I made that mistake. Okay, so I'll turn it into an 11. Okay. So, panic ensues. People start screaming and trying to run. You see this lady over here is, "I'm not dying!" And she runs over here, and seeing as someone just died there, this one tries to run that way.
Don't.
Seeing
I will grab her if she tries
Yeah.
to. Don't
Yeah.
go that way.
you're trying to stop her, she's like, and she looks at you and says like, "Oh, I can climb!" And she is desperately trying to get there.
Don't touch nothing. It's all gonna kill you.
This woman is stunned with fear between both of these gigantic vines. So, Pins, you are first, sir.
Pins is going to look around like
Oh, this is just wonderful.
he's going to try 6. Put a basic poison vial on 3 bolts. He's gonna shoot.
Yep,
See if
go
it does
ahead.
anything. He will attempt to shoot at this vine here. See if it will let go of the guy.
Which one? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Pew!
A 13 actually exactly hits its armor class. Please forgive me as I'm trying to discover why I cannot open this thing. Okay, finally. Things are a little slow today. So it actually.
DC 10 con if it's poison, if it's not immune to poison.
Okay, yeah, it actually isn't. It rolls a 14 though.
Yeah, it's fine. It's super low.
Okay. But you do actually shoot a chunk out of it. So you shoot your arrow, and you see that some of these tendrils along this vine like sort of curl back as it hits, and you see that some of those tendrils like twirl around the shaft and pull out that arrow. Yeah, go on.
No, keep it in.
Dread ambush.
All right, go ahead. 17 definitely hitting. 10, 15, 17.
Yeah, and another DC 10. Gone.
Nice. Okay, let me see here.
Ooh,
Con
nice.
save. That's a 6. So yes, that works. So that's full
Yay.
extra poison damage. Nice.
Right. Extra attack.
Go ahead.
It's made out of people.
14 still hits. That is 11 damage. Very nice. Oh, does it need to do another con save, I suppose?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see him. It rolls a 7. So once again, you will hit that. That's 11 damage. So as you pelt this thing with arrows, you see more of this vine trying to curl and move backwards as it seems to be in some kind of pain. As that is happening, it's squeezing this guy as he's like... And you see that the breath is just being squeezed out of him.
Well, that's not very good.
Get
Oh, well.
got something big. Do it.
Is that your turn, Vince?
No. I don't think there's a target for Wolf to target. It's just multiple entities, it feels like. So.
When you're very linked to Wolf. Wolf definitely looks at you. He's like, once again, has a familiar drooling, ready for the hunt, and he is waiting for you to target something.
Hold on, Wolf. Let's see if something else comes up.
And a bonus action, extra shoot again.
Go ahead.
This is
That
without
definitely
poison.
hits. And that's
this is-
cold. That is good. Okay.
all of it was cold.
Yeah, sorry. Minus 11. You see that you actually are doing quite the damage. You see that some of these tendrils stop moving or really curling back to a point where it almost looks like they completely dried out, and these twigs like dead and start falling off. This thing looks severely damaged. It's not a person, but I'll say it looks heavily wounded. It just looks really wounded.
It's
Extremely
branches,
withered.
or it's withered. Yeah, that's what I was about.
Yeah.
I will
yeah.
start moving over here, and no, here, and I will use repeater. I'm
Okay.
gonna do a repeating sting.
Do it.
As you move out of the way, it is going to make a slam attack on you, though. That's a 24.
Oh yes,
That is
definitely.
10 bludgeoning. As it raises and it just slams down on you, almost flattening you. But you do make your roll backwards and roll me that attack for me. .25 is definitely going to hit it with 12 cold. This thing, oof, it looks bad. So bad that it actually sort of like goes limp on the floor and sort of like starts laying out, and this man rolls out of the grasp. He does seem to be unconscious. But that's a good turn.
That's everything.
Yeah, that brings us to Yuga Volkov.
Okay. So, does anybody look like they're on death's door?
This lady is bleeding, and roll me perception.
Okay. Pressing all the things but perception.
18. There's spine is in an unnatural position. And
Oh.
you see her mouth and her eyes are wide open. And roots have burrowed their way out.
She's gone. Okay.
Yeah.
So you may or may not hate me for this, but Gav is going to run this way,
Mm-hmm.
and he's going to grab his scroll of escape.
You arse.
Okay.
I love it. I love it.
Here, this woman, me, Iku, Pins, Clang, this guy, and that lady, and we're all getting out.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
8 nights.
So you do that, and you guys mysteriously find your way back over here. You find your way, like, suddenly you it's almost like you stumble for a moment but then catch yourself, and as you look up, you're outside, and you see
Okay,
some
now
of these tree folk. They look at you and say, "Oh, it's over?" And then they look at the injured people, and you see some of them look at each other, and you hear a strange rumbling sound, and the ones that are around start closing in on you.
Kling will draw his sword.
Guess I should have left him.
All right, yo, get into the car. Get into the cart over there quickly.
These people start hasting their way towards the cart you're pointing at, and you see that two of these younger looking men, they pick up the unconscious guy, like one on each side, and they quickly make their way and start pouring into your cart. You see that these tree folk, they look at you, confusion, and
Do they seem different than before? Their demeanor, or can't I tell? I mean, they're
they just look confused. So
Okay.
you had the feeling that they were pretty blank brain, and it seems like that they are confused between whether something unexpected has happened and you guys are just, the show is over, and you were just going home, or that they should attack you, because you just appeared there. There's no alarms ringing, so there seemed to be some very serious confusion.
Go back to your jobs.
Back to visitors leaving.
Yeah, the tour was great. Gotta go.
We're not interested. We have some other paying jobs that are more lucrative and have better benefits.
Oh,
We'll send an invoice.
roll me a persuasion.
Okay. Persuasion.
Because you both have been talking, one of you can roll with advantage, or two of you can roll.
You know, I'll give you advantage. You probably have a little bit better charisma than I do.
That's true. Playing is like a minus 20.
No, I have a
Oh
0.
my
I have a
God.
0.
Okay, so a 4, not great. He rolled a 7, which is also not great, but it does beat a 4. He looks at you, his brow furrows, and he says, "Where boss is?"
Don't know. Don't care. It's just
Wait.
away.
And he's
Boss
very
is
slow.
inside, where we left him.
All his movements are pretty slow. You guys are making your way to the cart, and you see him turn to one of the smaller ones, and he says, "Sound the alarm. Get Mr. Ava." And it nods. The smaller ones are quicker, and it starts opening the double doors as you guys are making your way to the cart. So I'm going to give them an action, and then I'm going to let you have you guys an action, and then you guys will swap. So They have done their action. He calls for an alarm. The other one goes inside to get Ava. What do you guys want to do?
Get to the cart.
Okay, you guys managed to get in the cart. You see that the one that was guarding the gate at first is starting to move to the gate. As you see that he's going to try and lock it as his arms start growing long and start reaching out for that gate to pull it close. In the
I'm gonna
meantime,
whistle for
yeah.
Wraith to attack that one.
Okay. Sure. You can drop Wraith on there and roll me an attack for me.
And
Okay, so roll me that.
So let's go with. I guess they're both the same.
Yeah, so
Well,
there's
let's
two
go for
big
claw.
ones. And there's one big one that's going for the gate. As 15 is going to hit him. That's 10 force. You rolled well on that. Force and creature. Oh, and it gets a void type. Okay.
What size
so-
is the creature?
The creature is large.
Large.
So it's the same size as Wraith, basically.
Pounds doesn't say a size. Just says straight toward a creature and then hits it with a. Oh, it's a bite attack. Sorry, it's a claw attack. Well.
Yeah. That's okay. But he does bite, and as he jumps and sort of claws at the creature, it sort of stumbles over, and you do its damage, and it turns around to lash out. A whip that is, let me see, is an 18 going to hit him?
Yes.
Okay. That he is taking, let me see here. He is taking 16 slashing damage.
Damn.
So as this happens though, you do get time. I'll give you time to actually try perhaps ram him over, but he is turned around now. He hasn't been able to close the gate yet. What do you want to do?
do I also
Sorry?
do I also get an action?
Yeah, go for it.
Absolutely, all of you get an action. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanna cast an ensnaring strike at the one that is about to go ring the alarm.
Okay, so that's the one that's moving inside. So you see him like through the open door as he's trying to run. Roll me your attack.
Oof.
A 13 is going to miss it, sadly. But he still has that ensnaring strike on him. So, Clang,
I am.
what? Mm-hmm.
Well, since we're up on the thing, I'm cracking the reins, and we are rushing that gate.
Okay, so as he's doing that, you get another. You have more than one attack, right, Lord? So as he is getting more in position, as he is like cracking those reins and trying to make a run for that gate, you get a better view as the back of the cart starts moving more in front of those double doors. You get another shot. Clang, roll me a maneuver. So roll me your with dexterity, please. Yes.
Land vehicles with decks. There we go. 14.
Okay, that's pretty good. So there's this one guy in the way, and as his movements are pretty slow, so the one that was giving the commands, you sort of crack, your range. The cart gets pulled, and there's a sudden shock. You hear all the people in the cart go like, "Oh!" as all of them fall backwards a little, and you see that his roots start growing as he extends his arms to you, and you see that he's going for the wheels, but you actually roll high enough that these roots, like they bury into the ground right behind you as you maneuver around those roots, and you make a run for that gate. Roll me your attack pins.
Oh my god.
11. Oh my god, that's awful.
Damn it.
Do you still have a Peter?
I have a repeatings, yes, but that's not a swift.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay. You start making your way for this card. Now, everyone can have something, but so the one that's being attacked by Wraith, it has turned around. It is in between you and the gate. You see that as it sees that you are going for it, it actually like moves both its arms sideways, and it starts growing, and all these roots start sprouting, almost like creating a wall in front, as this little sort of tunnel where the gate is in starts filling up with roots.
Shit.
So what do you guys want to do?
I can get myself and another creature through that for sure. But I can't get the whole cart.
You
What's-
see, yes?
So in front of us, the gate is closing.
Well, the gate is still open, but that the one of the tree folk that was in between you and the gate that Wraith was attacking, he puts his arms to the sides between the walls, and he starts sprouting roots and growing, sort of creating a wall of roots between you and the gate.
Okay. Can I use a reaction repeating sting on that guy?
Yes.
So with a repeating sting, I will use a reaction. I will use a charge as a bonus action, and I will do 15 cold damage to it. To the barricade.
Yeah, so the creature basically became the barricade. Okay, I like it. You know what? Roll me a d2. Okay, so you roll a 19 and you shoot this thing. You see this arrow like almost coming between you, Clang, and Shadow sitting in the front, like right past your ear, as it shoots right into the middle of this wall. And you see that as he shoots, this ice start crystallizing around the creature, and you see that some of these roots start freezing over almost. Anything else for you, Pins?
I don't think I can do it. That was my reaction.
Okay,
Running.
that leaves us Ikamale, Gavokov, Clang.
I have an idea, but I don't know how well it's gonna work, and I can tell you guys what my idea is.
I'm gonna say you get one sentence to say something, as this card is going high speed straight for that wall.
Make a ramp with mold earth?
Yeah,
A ramp.
possible.
It's 5 feet wide. I think the cart is.
Yeah,
like
but I
10.
can have two at the time.
Okay.
10-foot ramp. Let's do this.
Okay, I'm okay. Yeah. Okay.
Full steam ahead.
Clang, you
It does require that the cats to have enough pull to.
yeah. So okay. Someone roll me con saves for both cats. Clang,
shit.
Actually, Shadow is going to help you, so you get to roll with advantage. She sees what you guys are discussing, like really quickly, and what you guys are doing, and she says, "Oh, this group is going to be the death of me." And you just crack that and you go full speed. So Clang, roll me with strength, please. You get to roll with advantage. And someone else, please roll me snow and Great Tooth con saves.
Con saves or attacks?
Just straight con, actually.
Okay. So this is snow. And this is
Not bad.
gray. Because he's got advantage.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, this is not bad at all. Okay, so 22, guys. This is what happens. So you pins, you shoot, and these roots start freezing over, and you see that significantly slows down the growth, the speed at which this wall is growing. You then, Clang, you hear or Gavorkov say, like, let's just ram for it, and you see like these two rams forming under, like, right in front of that wall, and you just crack that thing. You spur on Snow and Greytooth as they both loudly growl. Behind you, you see Wraith, who is actually like bumping in, like, with its shoulder into the cart, trying to help with speed. And Richard 22, you see the cats jump. They are very strong. They jump high, and they actually jump over. You see the cart lifts for a moment and very quickly drops. Your front wheels actually hit the top of the wall. That shatters under the weight and the velocity because it's frozen. And you see, like, with a loud bump, like the back of the cart like bounces on it, and then with a loud crack you land. There's a loud crack, but it seems like the cart's still going. In the back, you hear the people, like a screaming as everyone, like, you might hear some glass shattering as the crates and everything like just gets tossed and tumbling through the back of the cart. But you race for that gate, and you do actually, with scraping on both sides of your cart. You guys race out of there.
Is everybody alive back there?
Yeah, but I think they're a bit freaked out about Mauler.
Mauler, did you at least keep everything from breaking?
When you look back into the cart, you see Mauler sitting in the middle of the cart. His eyes are big, and when a cat just wakes up and his hair is like all tousled and everywhere. That's what Mauler looks like right now, floofed. And as you guys are making your way out and racing, and people are screaming in the back of your car, you hear a loud alarm start going off behind you, and that is where we're gonna end the session for tonight.
Welcome to the Doom Squad!
Pure chaos.
And gladly so. Well,
very good, guys. All right.
Very interesting night here. But that being said, DM, would you like to sign us out?
Absolutely. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you for being patient. I hope you guys enjoy, and see you guys next time again. Let me please introduce everyone. Not introduce, let us say goodbye to all our wonderful players. I'll start from right and then go to left, which is Clang, always played by Spectre.
And always here to make sure that there's something silly going on.
Absolutely. And Pins, played by Lodgeroth.
Why do we take the civilians with us? Are they ransom?
There might be. Gavorkov, played by Xander.
Could have hired us as security instead.
Yep, that's what you get. So, thank you, everyone. Of course, I am Omnia, DM. Love to DM for these guys. And stay safe out there. See you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.